I'm trying to see if anyone's in this bridge.
Are you giving it to me?
Hold on. Yeah, so I'm dropping it out. What's your ult at?
59.
Bro, this kid is a fucking idiot. It's
That's a team from down low. I'm pretty sure it's a team from down low. They
Just canceled my ult excel.
Okay.
I'm whipping it again.
I'm popping sauce. I can't fucking tell if anyone's there or not.
Alright, I have alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I see something? Yeah, there's... Wait, no. Yeah, we're just gonna risk it. It's such a good spot to play from.
Okay.
Alcohol
Where I'm
from,
ripping it from.
like, right at, like, you can do it from, like, inside of this.
Let's check out this
Okay.
area.
You need to do it quickly, though. If there's a team there, guys, let's not fucking tilt, and let's just fucking take it to the map.
Just going to be jokes and all, but it was like that. I think Xset it was like sticking out like a sore thumb, you know.
Verhol said, by the way, in the chat before that, sorry to like expose all the players. He was like, "Hey, Xset, just shoot in the air. We'll come and protect you. Just let us know where you are." So,
well, it's because TSM know if Xset get it done, they're going to land.
To be fair, if anyone's going to do it, it's probably Verholst.
Probably would be.
Just a wholesome, nice guy.
Also, you can see it on their streams. You're not exposing them. Don't worry. It's all there for people if they want it. Unless they're covering it on their streams. I don't know. But pre-game chat's one of my favorite things from these lobbies because everyone does have good banter. The community and how these players get along is one of my favorite things about the game, has to be said. Xset are going to be now making their move ever so slightly. But it looks like they're trying to pick out a couple of teams who are rotating in. And Xset, I like this. I like being aggressive sometimes when you are on match point rather than just hunkering down because you want to make sure you get those shields up when you get to those latter fights. If you've just got blues, they're going to be very difficult to win the 3v3 engagements.
Yeah, I like this wrap as well. I mean, Lanimals were holding that building they're pinging at the moment. There's also a Trident which has been left for them if they want to try and make a little bit of a quick dash across the open water. But if that is open and they can hold out this side, then they can kind of walk up and pick fights. Third, a few fights that are going down in and around that island where things are going to be ending towards the end of this game. So Xset playing this one smart. I like this rotation from them, kind of staying away from the bulk of the traffic. But when that traffic starts to pick up and you see a few teams starting to engage with each other, that's when they can pick their spots.
Look for me, Evan.
Yeah,
Trying to hit it right now. Trying to hit it.
You're good. The blue armor.
I think they're letting
it.
They ran back. They ran back. There's a Cascade team. There's two teams behind us. We can't really
This
go kill
nut
them.
is open right now.
We should go get that nut. Can we Valko right away and get that?
Yeah.
Nobody can take it, right?
It's a team hill, but they might take it. While I think we might have to oob that. Come over here. We're gonna Valko in the oob just in case that team from the hill goes down. Hurry.
Oh, don't go.
Bro, what are you doing?
They go down.
It won't let me get on. It literally will not let me get on unless I go on the side. Oh, why are you climbing up there?
I'm moving, like I said.
I'm getting fried. I might die.
They're here. They're here.
Yep.
I'm in the bottom floor already. I'm bottom floor.
Yeah, I'm batting.
I'm batting too. Scanning them.
I need a syringe if you have one. I need a syringe.
Who wants scan?
They're careful.
Yep.
Nades everywhere. I'm safe over
For each other at the moment to see if they can get any initial damage, but look at this stack up. In
the charge rifle. It's a charge. It's bad with the charge rifle.
There's gonna be another team ready to third
I'm gonna play
us.
outside. Is there a way we can go up the hill without dying? I think we can go around the hill. Come
There's
on,
someone up the hill. There's someone up the hill. We gotta go spiders.
Okay, stay there, then stay there. You gotta watch my swing. You can't just bait me
There's
on
someone
my
out spiders too.
Fuck. When do you have Cyril? Do you have ultic cells?
No, I have no ultic cell. I have one ultic cell. Popping it.
Pop it.
They're popping one too. I just heard them pop one.
Okay.
I think I did. Might have been.
I'm playing it outside.
Yeah, they popped one. They 100% just popped one. They're popping two. They're popping two.
I mean, you just don't want to walk up that staircase right now. You got Frex, you sitting there with a R9 just staring at you. He's behind a rampart wall as well. There's only one winner coming out of that. And for TSM, I think it's just about survivability and just not giving any free damage away.
At the same time, I don't really want to walk down the stairs because Verholst is there. And he is one of the best players at hitting his shots. And it's probably why we have this stalemate. I mean, they may know who they're fighting against just off of rotations and off of legend compositions. But at the same time, it may not be something they are realizing at this point. So you've just got to assume that you are the better team. I think that both teams would also think they're the better team. That's why we have so much confidence in this region. Everyone is always going to be believing themselves in any 3v3 engagement. They do have time because the circle is going to allow for it for now. Eventually they would have to move, but right now they've got at least a minute or so.
This is an exhibition in shoulder peeking right now from Verholst. Making sure he's not giving any player model away to take damage. It looks like Imperial Hal might have a way out for them for now, and it looks like they might think about making a play off the back of it.
Are rocks even?
Team there.
They have red armor.
We're dead now. You have to fight, just fight, just fight.
90 on one.
What's up, crypto?
50 on Bangalore.
Valky's low. Inch on the back, inch on the back. You gotta commit to this guy on the left.
There, one's down! Crypto got down! It's a 2v2!
Can you go left? Can you go left to me?
Yep.
I'm going ahead of you. 50, 70 on the valve right here.
Get on done.
Go
kill
spiders!
this
Spiders is open!
Yeah.
You ain't gonna go spiders! Get out! Just go spiders!
Spiders is open.
You gotta go antenna. You gotta go in one of the Jurassic or antenna somewhere. The res. Do you have Moby? Check your Moby. You have Moby?
No, I don't have Moby.
Can you craft a Moby on that crafter?
Yes, I don't have crafter. I don't have mats. Do you have mats?
I have 100 mats. Yeah, I can do it.
We have a minute.
All right, you two focus on the damage. You focus on getting...
This area on this is literally full safe on me, like full safe.
Okay, let's
from
remember that.
everything
Let's
they
remember
did.
that for the
Right
serial,
here in
okay?
this corner.
And I'm gonna bang out for me, and I think you guys play there, and I anchor to the left and like shoot through fucking.
I think they hard there.
Sure, the respawn beacon was in the craft though. It's a risky
It
play
is,
to
yeah.
make in the middle of the open, but with everyone else looking forward, they might be able to sneak Hal back into this game. It's going to be a similar situation to what we saw from Nocturnal though. He's not going to have too much to work with. Furia have been a little bit quiet in the last few games. They've got an engagement to try and force their way through right now as well. Here's Watson on the sit. No opening for him, and he's taking damage from so many people at the moment. And that's what's happened when the zone becomes congested, when you've got different areas to try and keep your eyes on. But Zeratricky creates that opening. Now he can queue up and try and take advantage.
I was wondering when Furia were going to come to life as well, as Zeratricky walks around and does another 190 damage, as they should be able to close out this fight. It's going to be Optic Gaming that are on the other side of things. Furia in 16th place at the moment, considering they were the winningest team coming into this lobby from this region. They have not lived up to those.
Hold on. It's me to the EMP. Yeah.
I saw this guy in blue. I think that's GZ back there. Okay. Oh, I might be dead here. You might have to throw me bubble. You might have to throw me bubble. I'm watching. Popping a bat. This is a tough one.
Valco team behind.
Yeah, come back.
Right,
Bubble. Yeah, we have to Valco. We need to watch out for them. Watch out for them, guys. Watch out for them.
No, they're going left. They're good.
They're waiting on the rocks.
Yeah,
Guys, we got a Valco. Guys, we got a Valco.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have bubble for 30.
Come to me, guys. Play on me.
Coming to you.
I'm on Swiss scan from the north team.
I know. I think they're fighting over here. Yeah, they're fucking.
They're right here on the rock. They're on the top of the rock.
Come to me,
Naughty,
guys.
we're walking.
Come to me.
Naughty, come on.
I am. I'm here, man.
He's still on the rock here.
It's got everything. Come to me, guys.
Mac.
Above 110. Above 110.
Come on, please. No, you're not. Come on.
They're still on the rock.
Above 1-2,
Should've
Naughty.
just walked in, bro. You have to give me ult them.
Bubble. Give me ulted.
Got one. Got him.
Slide to get out of the last, Naughty. I'm batting. Oh, I fucked them up, Naughty. Naughty, come with me. Come with me and look right.
I'm coming as fast as I can.
There's team here too. Just tuck in the corner and look right.
Yeah, you guys need to kill that.
I'm medic. Naughty, there's a team down to the left. I'm trying to beat them.
Popping cells, man.
They're trying to walk up.
Push.
I'm at 1-5, Naughty. I need to bat. Couch. Nice. Naughty, I'm bubbling.
I killed him.
Naughty, peek with my bubble.
Vectoring.
They're all dead.
You have to play on the armor swaps.
I'm running back. I'm fat, Naughty. You have to push the rocks. Spam balls if you got him. I've got a knock for you. This is recoverable, Naughty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bleed out. It's okay.
Good try.
I got a kill at least. A 2 grenade. Got a kill.
Through the bridge.
I'm popping a bat while I'm sliding
I'm
behind.
gonna shoot them from far. I'm smoking this. We gotta shoot these kids right now. They're somewhere in front of me near the cannon. All right here. It's a crypto team.
52.
I'm taking top bridge.
I'm taking top with you.
Batting. One's in the open here. Shoot open.
I cracked him.
All right, we're fine. Back up.
The boys,
Batting,
I only have
batting.
8 bullets for my. I'm out of ammo for my nemesis.
I'm out of charge ammo too.
Okay, we need to run back up right. We need to run back up top right. Come with me, come with me.
Smoke, please fucking smoke.
Okay, smoke's halfway. I don't have another smoke for 5 seconds.
That's good, you're fine.
I'm using my last heal. We need to somehow loot these bodies in smoke.
Breaking the wall behind us. We need to go
on me, it's fine. No, just chill. Play the rock, please.
Yeah, I'm playing the rock.
There's a team. I'm gonna try to loot real quick. Holy shit, these kids are fucking annoying.
They're not walking up yet. They're walking up on our back. No, they're walking. Okay. No, he's backing up now. They're backing up, full backing up.
Coming back, these guys have nothing. Okay, I'm coming back.
They're full backed up under the bridge right now.
We need to buckle late. They're gonna buckle, we're gonna buckle, okay?
Alright.
On me, I'm gonna throw my smoke towards them on the cannon.
Buckle
now. Go.
Only team in the air, be careful. Split off.
Yeah, go right. I don't see anything, nobody's fighting. Bridge maybe, top bridge, if the guy's alone right here. Play top bridge on my car, right here. I'm smoking behind us.
He doesn't know.
Push that.
I can't play him for you, I'm batting.
Break that off.
No, I'm dead. Hey, I don't know.
I'm firing them, Nate, they're so low.
I got a nade behind him, but
Behind Nate.
he's holding off, Dylan.
I died. They're fried there, Nate. They're peeking down low. The team underneath is peeking down low. They jumped down.
Shooting your feet.
I don't know. Did we get?
I don't know. Yeah, we got 8.
I don't know either. I think that was the best possible move. I literally dropped. We needed to push them. We needed to hard 8 them on top of the fucking box.
I was hit 180.
No, we just need to swing them no matter what. I literally fucking dropped a thermite that ticked all 3 of them. Literally 70, 80, like, bro. Yeah, that was our only.
All of the 7 teams that now are trying to fight their way in. Complexity are dead center. WC within a chance from the angle they hold themselves as well. But Sentinels, as you mentioned, did so well to just creep into the zone. As we mentioned, that phase now get eliminated, so they won't be on match point going into the next game. And it's likely it's still only going to be Exit as we head into match number 6.
The crazy thing about who's left in this lobby at the moment is that most of these teams are bubble teams, fighting and clawing for a chance for qualification for LAN. You got Meat Lovers, you got Complexity, LG, WC. Sentinel still alive as well. Dark Zero have 2 players still in this game as well. Complexity eliminated alongside Meat Lovers though, as we find ourselves down to 4, and what a game this could be for Luminosity.
The bubble teams doing what they can to just try and have a desperate attempt to get to LAN. The one team though that could be on match point, if anyone's going to do it, would be Dark Zero. It would be a win they'd require, most likely, or second place with 2 squad wipes. But it's only 2 of them that are trying to work together to stay alive. But the damage is being done, but Zero has to escape.
Zero's trying to get away from here. The thermite should slow things down for now. Zainu gets 1. Zainu! That's why you picked him up. My goodness, those shots.
I don't think my voice has reached that octave in quite some time, but for good reason, because the new pickup putting the damage on the board and giving Dark Zero a chance to get closer to match point as a 2 now in the top 4. And actually, they are in a position where this zone's coming towards them, and LG and Sen may be forced to fight. If they can bide their time, if they can be patient and wait out Shubi here, there's still a chance Dark Zero could even win this game from this position.
I mean, that's disappointing from WC. You know, wildcard 3v2. Yes, Zainu and Zero. I mean, it feels like sometimes it's a 4v2 in those situations. But you got to do a little bit better in that position.
No.
But now Shubi has a little bit of revenge. Takes down 1. Zero's going to jump into the zone, but he's going to take some damage on his way as well. Wildcard will be eliminated. Zero, there's got to be careful from the line of sight, because that Kraber could still impact this lobby.
Dark Zero 4 points away from getting onto match point. They just hope now, they pray that LG and Sen will take the fight, but with where the circle's going and the building...
Whenever you're ready, bro. I'm just gonna go, because it doesn't matter.
Go fuck him.
They're fighting. I like that.
We can play up on fence. We can play up on fence.
2 that's going to be across the way, but we'll have to see what Dark Zero do and how they play this one.
Sentinel's going to have to leave this height in a few seconds. They're desperate to land a few bullets and do some damage. Zainu and Zero are going to move out with that position. I don't know how they've done it, but that play from Zainu is a pivotal moment in this game. And it might be a pivotal moment in the series. Like you say, Dark Zero could be a team who are close enough to cause problems. EMP, this is the push now from Sentinels. They're throwing everything at LG.
This could be perfect for Dark Zero as well. How often have we said Dark Zero a match point team? Well, the fight's happening between the 2 threes, and Dark Zero, if they play this right, could find a victory.
Zanile gets an armor swap. Kraber not going to connect, and I tell you what, RKN left on his own, but where's Dark Zero?
No, stop. Zainu, you are the best player in the game! You are the fucking best! Let's go!
You're fucking him.
Dude, he actually just 1v2 on 50 HP.
Bro, do you see that motherfucker, Shen?
What the
Boys, I think I made the right choice.
Holy fuck.
Him. We're going to see Dark Zero onto match point. They join Exet. We have two teams now going into match 6. We've got Exet, who are the current in-form team, against Dark Zero with their new pickup and just doing Dark Zero things on a match point format day.
Yeah, ridiculous. The match point specialist Dark Zero coming to life here as well. I mean, what an endgame that was. I think you look at Wildcard, and if they look at that endgame, they'll be like, how did we not win that game? How did we let that happen to us? It's tough, but I think we'll have to bring Rain Day in and kind of have a chat about what just went down. Because, Dan, I mean, if you're in that kind of position, Rain, by the way, well, do you know what? I'll ask you instead, Rain. Let's get Dan a few seconds off.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're in that position, you expect to win that game if you're Wildcard with the 2 in front of you.
Oh, you do. And you know what? The only thing that stops it is Zainu. I love the call and I love the play. And I think that this just separated what Dark Zero did from some type of piece of the speculation we've all gotten to see alongside Dark Zero's journey of Rambo, no Rambo, and changing roster swaps to, no, this is actually just a
And good fucking catwall, Jen. That saved our fucking game on that zone closure.
Yeah, but like, fuck, they like, dude, I crouched and they still shot me.
It doesn't matter. If you would have, there's a world where if you stayed back with them, then all of you guys died, just because they're just like.
I know, but
it's unfortunate.
I don't know what you felt. I'm pretty sure I was crouching.
To be honest, we should have bang ulted, but it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, I had to wall there because Zero was like getting shot.
If he bang ulted, then we wouldn't have been able to witness the massacre at the end. So I'm happy.
Why is Impulse on our team, bro?
Shit, boys.
Just join the unassigned or some shit. Get him to fucking leave.
I'm in unassigned.
Oh.
Bro, I went to go with you. Zino is a fucking arc star, so I just like chilled a bit.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize he threw an arc. That guy was actually insane timing.
Shooby toobies, baby.
Good job.
Be thirsty, that would have been tragic.
Holy fuck.
I love the call from Zero. There's 3 of them. Fuck it. Go anyways.
Bro, Zero, watch my fucking VOD, bro. Look what I did.
Yeah, bro, I was like, yep, we're already halfway down.
Yeah, I knew that there was a team there.
Madness is trolling. He should have clipped me.
Yeah,
and he was playing bottom floor and he was on my thermite.
Zainu got beamed through the window too when you had gotten shot underneath. Alright, let's fucking go. You know how it is. Obviously, we would love a fucking win, but we also love points. So let's just fucking go in there and get a bunch of points.
We love coming third in Pro League. Wait, Optic 12th. Wait, how many points do we need to beat them by?
We need. I think there were 17 behind right now, so we'd have to beat them by that much.
Okay, never mind. We're smoking Fury though.
Yeah.
We're on 110 right now.
I'm Vicky and get your thoughts, but I also just want to get your overall thoughts on, is this Dark Zero really coming to play? Can we now start talking about them as potential LAN favorites if they make it there?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with their history in general for this team, I would not be surprised. And now sitting at match point on top of it to meet that with Exet, who originally built up that huge gap between themselves and the rest of the lobby after getting match point at game number 3. So now we have Exet and Dark Zero above the rest. FaZe is right after them. I thought they were going to hit match point at the end of that previous game, but they fell down with
into the position they needed to be. As a duo, it's not easy, but in some ways you get laser focused. A trio, you start trying to optimize. A duo, you just try to survive and you do what you need to do. You know you got to hit these shots. The fact that he connects 40 other damage off that R99 into the player as he transitions from ADS downsides into a hip fire. It's just so effective. Then Zero gets that bat off. They go on the chase, and they just eliminate right here. Zainu actually doesn't get this final kill, Vicky, but it's enough for Zero to go and say, you know what? You know, new fella, you did enough. Let me go ahead and then pick you back up after all the hard work you did. Nice job.
Yeah, let me help you out there. With the blue extended light mag too, and some limit
adjusting, making sure that things need to work right. If he has to be a little less aggressive, or if he has to be a little bit more support-oriented, macro thought instead of micro thought in terms of just, you know, hitting shots like we know he can do, he's willing to do that. And I think that's the right thing to allow your new member to join your team and seamlessly operate without having to worry about, oh, and here's your new role. Oh, and let me do, and competing. I love the way that they're approaching this. And you can see as we go to our match results here after game number 5 that it's working really well for them here, Vicky.
I really like that point too, and it's also nice to note that he's literally 4 kills away if he gets in this next game, and Noct doesn't get any kills to actually tie up with Noct for that #1 split 2 kill leaders for NA. So that's also something nice to note as we go into that next game. It's huge. As we also take a look at that top 10 leaderboards that we see right here, Dark Zero just took it in that #1 spot with 7 KP to their name. But you know who else desperately needed a good game? Luminosity, who came in second place with 7 KP.
That really kept their season alive. I think if they went with another 2 or 3 point game, it was going to be tough to climb back before. You've given XSET 2 opportunities now to not close out the game. Can you give them a third? I said 1 and 3. It seems like it's going to happen. Well, that would be bad news for most of this lobby. Not for the teams that have been performing pretty well, though, lately, but I certainly think that you got to get to match point quickly. Series results-wise, let's find out. Did anybody join them as we take a look? Yes, Dark Zero have made it just barely with 53 points onto match point as well, meaning Dark Zero or XSET win the game, we go home. If not, we go again. Vicky, what are your thoughts heading into Game 6?
I'm scared because XSET is one of the most winningest teams literally out here in this lobby. It's scary to note too, looking on the other side. Optic, although they are pretty comfy already, making their way into LAN, sitting in that second half really does indicate how the strength of this lobby has played into the way that these teams want to take these different approaches at match point format. It's a different game and a different ballpark for these teams to play into this next new pacing. Much more laid back when it comes to playing much more just kind of patiently here, playing into that circle. We saw what happened to TSM when FaZe was right behind them, counter-rotating them and not really expecting them was TSM. And FaZe are right there with 5 points away from meeting Dark Zero and XSET in that match point format.
Overperforming here today, whereas the best day quite yet. We'll wait and see if that continues, but no more waiting and seeing. We've got one. I mean, Mark, how many did you do? This is like 20. Okay, he got one more for us. It's really good. World's Edge, a little update on Season 17. We promise all that other content at Play Apex Esports. You'll track it down. But as we go to break, watch this little preview of what's coming in Arsenal, and we'll see you in Game 6 right after that.
It's time these worlds remembered the name. August Brinkman.
We also have some changes to an old favorite, and that is going to be World's Edge. We've seen there's some updates coming through to World's Edge. World's Edge, near and dear to all competitive players and fans' hearts. We've been watching it for quite some time. We know every single pixel of that map, but it's about to change. There's some big shakeups coming. What can you tell us about the biggest changes that are happening on World's Edge?
I mean, the biggest change is coming to the near and dear Fragment West with a new POI called Hall of Heroes. And so Fragment will still be there. It's not wiping it off the map, but we're definitely changing, adding this new monument to Apex into the games. And so kind of fictionally paying homage to the history of Apex, but then also try to shake up the experience there. And I know people love the hot drop there, but like make it a little more interesting, change strategies up that you've really like grown into over the last several seasons.
What were some of the team's goals behind making the changes to Fragment? Because Fragment's been through some changes over time. It's been not built up, it's been knocked down, and now obviously we have these changes. What are you trying to achieve with that?
Trying to make more interesting play, make decisions more interesting in terms of landing on Fragment. I think pubs will always play in a certain way, but like with ranked, trying to bring more of Fragment elsewhere in the map. So like we've also updated Lava City, and where we call it with the new POI called Stacks. We're moving the construction stack from Fragment to Lava City to bring some of that action somewhere else in the map and bring some different types of play. And then Harvester, we're revamping the Harvester to POI and bring a little bit of different action there. And so basically trying to get some of that excitement, that kind of urban combat feel and fragment kind of elsewhere in the map, and then also provide different avenues the way players approach that POI.
Welcome back, everybody. You can hear some of the changes that are coming very soon to World's Edge. But before we get to World's Edge, Dan, we've got some more Apex to conclude on Storm Point here in our match that's coming up next. Now, FaZe almost there. Dark Zero definitely there. Exit definitely there. We've got two teams now on match point, crossing that 50-point threshold. But the rest of the lobby's still some way off, I would say. So it feels like we're going to have some more Apex Legends tonight, everybody. Strap yourselves in. We might have a long evening.
Yeah, it also means that a lot of these teams that are battling for those top 10 positions for LAN are just sweating at the moment because it's the unexpected.
It gets worse, doesn't it?
You
Like,
don't
every
really know
game gets
what's
worse
going to
for 'em.
happen. You're comfortable, you think, but then suddenly if the game ends, you're happy. If it doesn't end, you're like, oh, we had a bad game and now the teams below us are catching us up. Is it ever going to end? Are we going to be here all night? Quite possibly. You've got to make sure you are strapped up and you are ready if you're in these positions because match point is one of those formats that is about.
Definitely rather throw their games than have us win. No, people wanted to end it. Like all the teams that like are good.
I'm the jump master. Well then.
No. Worst fly path in the game.
That too.
Hoping they have an impact. You want them to do something like that. Like Ziny.
Easy wins today. You can't be that.
Dude, there are so many haters, really fucking bad. A lot of people want to. You know how many like preying on DZ downfalls I saw? Like,
one really good game. It's a breakout. And we're good.
Complexity, Bang, Valk, Seer.
You could.
Yes.
Native is playing Catalyst Caustic Wraith.
Okay. Dark Zero, same comp. And yeah.
That can't be real. Holy fuck.
Because they're not being observed, they might.
Alright, you got code Mac or what? Want me to get
Yeah, it's in codes.
Okay. We're on that shit.
Of course.
Love it.
On match point to really qualify for LAN. That's what really sucks for them. Maybe a second place might be able to push them close enough if other teams that were in that top 10 with the points they would have gained from this point. The likes of NRG, Glitch, Luminosity, 100 Thieves, they would all be qualifying. But the teams that would maybe lose out, the likes of Complexity, Meat Lovers, Lanimal. So still plenty to play for as we go into match number 6. And as you can see on your screen, these are the qualified teams from all the other regions that we've seen. And the qualified teams from North America coming into this broadcast. Dark Zero, Furia, Optic, and Exet, but still 7 more to join them.
EMEA, you can see that concluded today. If you caught the show, it was 9 games it went to before Alliance left it late. One of the last teams, to get to that match point threshold, but the number 1 team came out on top in EMEA. They will be there, and Effect was named as the season MVP as well. He has been absolutely blistering for Alliance so far this split. You can also see all of the other regions that we've got. Obviously, Moist Esports are going to be joining us again. Onyx Esports going to be joining us from Apex 7.
Everyone's just been pushing each other right to the limit here, and it's not going to be the walkover that maybe Exet would have expected, and now they have stiff competition on match point as well. Dark Zero have shown they can do it when their backs are against the wall, and we'll have to see whether they can do it here in match number 6, because Dark Zero always seem to be the name on the tip of our tongues when it comes to match point. They appear out of nowhere when we least expect it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they steal it away from XZ.
Yeah, of course, 2 LAN championships they've won. You know, they were the ALGS champions. They've been phenomenal when it comes down to match point, and they're looking pretty good again today to maybe steal another match point victory away from the rest of the lobby. Match 6 is where we find ourselves, though, still on Storm Point here before we head back over to World's Edge once more. And I can't remember who you said was going to be one of the teams. Did you say NRG? I said one of the team who went through?
You asked me today, I did say NRG. And as it stands, they are in 9th.
Yeah, I was going to say, pretty good.
But I have cursed a lot of people today, so it doesn't bode well for NRG that I predicted them. And we'll have to see if they can carry on with their form. But, you know, it shows the difference in just a few games as well. By the way, if XZ had won it there and then there would have been some teams that lost out. But now we go into match 6, potentially 7, who knows, 8, 9 like we did in EMEA. If NRG were to now slow down a little bit, then suddenly they might drop out of those positions. And that's where you have to stay laser focused. You have to stay on top of your game. Otherwise, people will take those positions off you. All it takes is one good zone pull. I mean, how many times have we seen a team that's been struggling all day and then suddenly the POI that they land on, the circle comes towards them, they win, they get 12 kills, and they find themselves in the top 5. That could happen for anyone here.
And we'll take a look at some of the legend pick rates as well, because we have seen a little bit of variance in what compositions have been played, especially by XZ. XZ, by the way, when they're mixing up the composition, they look pretty good. As soon as they've gone back to something a little bit more standard, all of a sudden, Dan, just saying, the theory crafting here, they've fallen off. They haven't fallen off. They just had one game where they didn't win. It was simple as that. But Seer, you can see, understandably, at the top of the table once more. Looking forward to the day where that isn't there, I must say. Personal opinion, by the way, 67% pick rate. Valkyrie there as well, 65%. Wonder if that's going to change with the new season just around the corner with the, what did I call them? Porty balloons?
Porta balloon, I think, is what I went for, and you then changed it to Porty balloon, which is something entirely different. But yeah, I mean, it kind of works.
I hope that they label it that in game. That's all I'm going to say. It would not be maybe in fitting with any of the Apex Legends lore or branding, but hey, I'm just saying there's an idea there. If you want to use it,
if they don't, it might go in like the Hall of Champions, like 2 seasons down. You know, it might have a plaque of your face with Porty balloon. And we can celebrate that in a couple of seasons.
Look,
Unlikely, but you never know.
It would be very fitting if the one thing that got put in a video game that I said was Porty balloon, wouldn't it really? Let's be real. But let's take a look at the kill leaders that have happened throughout the season. We'll get to the game as soon as we can. Everybody, a little bit of a reset just went down in the lobby. We want to make sure the lobby is good to go. We want to bring you the best Apex Legends that we possibly can. But at the top of the leaderboards, I mentioned how E8 have put in a good performance today, and a lot of that is down to Chaotic at the top of the leaderboard. 16 kills to his name.
16 is an insane amount for the day, and Nocturnal not far behind on 15 as well. Everyone playing their part. Kill leaderboards are always an interesting one as well, because damage leaderboards is what I sometimes want to look at, because I know what some players like that I've played with that steal those kills away and get that final knock when I might have done all that damage. Unlikely, because I'm usually the one who does it to other people, but still, we have to say that...
By the way, Dan, this is spoken like a true charge rifle enjoyer right now.
I hate the charge rifle, especially when someone uses it against me. I saw Hal actually say in the pre-game lobby he's looking forward to another game of Charge Rifle Legends, because TSM have not had the most fun rotations today. 2 or 3 times when they've gone up into the air, they've been charge rifled out of the sky, and I cannot describe the pain that I have felt being in a similar situation. I can only imagine in a competitive environment getting destroyed out of the sky, but they've got to stay focused. They're in a good position right now. They're in like, what, 6th as it stands overall, so they would be making LAN, and as long as they can keep this consistent points total across the board, we should be seeing TSM at LAN indeed. The likes of 100 Thieves seem to be comfortable as well. Luminosity and NRG, Glitch and Wildcard are all there on the bubble and would be making LAN, but it can all change, not just in match number 6, but if we go on to match 7, 8, 9, maybe 10.
Nope. Here's a segue for you, Dan. You've done a great job in lining everything up for this game to get started. Well, let's talk about Season 17. Let's talk about Arsenal. Terrible. But let's talk about Ballistic, the new legends that's coming into things. You talked about charge rifle use as well. This may be a way to counter that, to get up in their faces and cause some problems. You can see some of the things we've been kind of thinking about with this new legend. Ballistic, of course, a new assault class legend. We've heard from some of the devs. Big shout out to both of them for having a quick chat with me and kind of explaining some of the thoughts behind the changes and what Ballistic is going to bring. And I'm kind of excited to use the ult. I'm not gonna lie. I think Tempest is gonna be right up both of our streets when we're triple stacking in ranked.
Oh, especially because of the amount of times I run out of ammo, or the amount of times you're screaming at me for some ammo. You can play ballistic. You can get us some ammo with the ultimate and make sure we are locked and loaded as we push in and we get aggressive. I do think he is going to change how the game works. I think that he will be a very important factor for a lot of these teams, not just in competitive Apex Legends, but ranked as well, which is, you know, a form of competitive Apex Legends. And personally, I think even having the extra gun, the gunslinger, sometimes I'll be in an engagement, I'm seeing pros engagements where they use all the ammo in both of their clips. If you get an extra one to whip out, that could be the difference maker in, you know, getting to a final circle. It could be the difference maker in winning a 1v1. So I think Ballistic is going to be very fun to play, and I can't wait to see him in action.
Well, a man who's played a little bit of Ballistic, jealous, by the way, like, just going to straight up say it. Rain Day, tell us a little bit more about your experience playing some Ballistic.
Well, you know, one of the cool things I got was doing this firing range video. I asked them, and they were so polite. I said, you know, can I play Ballistic, or should I not show the new character? And they said, you know, yeah, make it, you know, firing range video, but you could play Ballistic. And so we had with another creator, Sword Daz, you may know him. Big shout out to Daz. He jumped in and helped me out. And my editor, Dara, who is actually like an aim god. He's on like an aim team called Yuki Aim. So we went in and we 1v1'd for like an hour on Ballistic and got to experience his kit in a really, really interesting way, from all the different places of fighting in high ground, fighting in buildings, which I felt that speaking of, his tactical was incredibly valuable in pinching people to make that kind of play that maybe an Ash type of Arcstar might, where you can kind of throw it to one side of maybe a rock that they're hiding behind, force them to either get hit by it or run out to that left side of theirs, and then you can kind of anticipate what you're going to do with it. Plus, 20 damage is a lot. That's the amount of damage that I recall it doing. I'm pretty sure there's a video I uploaded that actually shows it happening when you get reset, and it puts you in this mentality like, I can't fight. I got to run away. I got to turn my back. And you guys have been in those situations. I know, Mark, you're pretty aggro. If somebody turns their back on you and you've got a nemesis or a wingman, you're definitely taking advantage of that situation.
This is music to my ears. I love it, honestly. The fact that they've actually made a legend during the new season, which is called Arsenal, which is, of course, my football team, and the new legend is England. I mean, what else? They're just, this is my legend.
I didn't even realize that. That's actually pretty. That's crazy. That is actually really crazy.
You know, the worst part about it was, like when I did the interview, it was just after we lost to Man City as well. So they kept saying Arsenal, and it just kept bringing the thoughts back up. But today we can talk about it because we won.
Yeah, you got the win today. Man City's also been winning, but I mean, it's, you know, still, it was a good synergy there for the character. I loved it. And the other thing that I noticed was the sling, and I think the sling is for all of you who watch Apex Esports. You're probably one of those people who likes the theory craft. You want to know how this character would be good. You want to know what lineups are going to work. You know, Mark, Dan, we were talking a little bit like maybe an aggro lineup with this, a Maggie, something Bangalore, maybe a Seer. But the sling is the thing that I didn't figure out yet, and that's why I think it's such an interesting ability. You have to put in a gray version of whatever weapon you're carrying as that third item. And even if you have two weapons, they're fully equipped, you throw it in your sling, all your attachments drop off. So there's a little bit of a process there. But what's the value of having a Peacekeeper in there and then going to your ultimate, turning that into a gold Peacekeeper, versus maybe just having a sniper as a third option that you just carry around and can use at a basic level? Sometimes that's all you need, a couple of shots, a little bit of threatening, while also running maybe a Nemesis, also running an R99 and something like that. So Dan, I felt that actually created a lot of really interesting
I feel like I'm in an multi-dimensional
thoughts
rift.
that I had to have about what is the best strategy. And I don't know if you guys have any ideas what would come to mind to be using in that sling that as a base weapon would be valuable, but also
then they went to E mode only.
You know, upgraded would be something that you could take advantage of.
I'll take an RE45, an R99, and another R99, and then I'll say, Mark, let's push, and then we're in the face of all the opponents, and then you know,
the true controller combat. Yeah, controller to double SMGs. I'm just saying, if you don't have a Sentinel win that, Sentinel in the sling, drop a couple of shield cells in that bad boy.
I'm saying you guys are going to be all really, really excited. I'm so glad we got to talk about this, but guess what? The thing you're really here for is underway. Mark, Dan, take us to match 6.
Thank you for staying with us, everybody. We apologise for the interlude, but now we get back into the action, Dan. And I tell you what, we've still got two teams who might be able to close it out right here, right now. Exet and Dark Zero, both cross 50 points. Face just 5 points off now. They're going to hope they don't see a banner that says Exet or Dark Zero at the end of this game.
What did I say? I don't want to watch this fight end. No, hey, you never know. We might be able to get the final chapter here between Native and CLG.
Dude, I play so different when I'm like...
Really fucking good.
From this region, I think that not only have Exet demonstrated how powerful they are, but also we've seen Dark Zero come out and show us what they're made of with this new roster. There was always going to be questions around them. Will they be able to fit in? Will the pickup be the right one? Well, they're on match point, and they have the opportunity to win here.
I get the feeling this contest, Dan, even though we're kind of like, you know, being a bit lighthearted about things, it's a little bit like when people say, you know, you go through things in life that are a little bit frustrating, but when they end, you kind of miss them. And I feel like that's how I feel on this contest right now. Do you agree?
I think as I go to sleep tonight, I'll still be seeing the bullets from Native going into CLG and vice versa, and I don't think I'll be able to stop thinking about it, honestly, with the amount of times we've seen it. And
Where did he just go?
There's an element of respect I have for them. For all I've joked about it, it's an element of never back down, right?
CLG's out.
This fight, they are sticking to their truths. And as much as I joke about it, where else do they go? Right, every POI is taken.
And,
if they go somewhere else, they're probably getting nothing.
Why can't I see him? Have to restart it.
It is going to be actually going exactly there by the looks of things. So we are going to be having a pretty similar zone to what we saw a little bit earlier on. However, not quite as north. You can see that the building inside of Northpad isn't going to be in this first zone. We're going to be probably pulling towards where Albrelli and the rest of the crew are finding themselves. So this is going to be a tough zone, but a good zone for NRG, a good zone for Exet. They've got good prior, of course. They have good prior to most zones over at Cascade Falls. But for Lanimals as well, one of those bubble teams, this is their chance now to put points on the board.
It's also going to be another one of those zones where everyone can move early, especially if you've got that ring console information. There will be some teams who maybe are second-guessing themselves a little bit, but as I say that, I mean, a lot of the IGLs and a lot of the teams here are so good with their circle.
No, I don't want to listen to these people.
Circle number 1 on Storm Point, we see people knowing where to go without the ring console. So just expect there to be a lot of teams, a lot of bodies in the Northwest, but it's about where you can get. If you're arriving a little bit later, you might just have to accept you go for a secondary priority position rather than one of the biggest and best.
Well, Optic Gaming and Dark Zero very, very close to each other at the moment, kind of trying to rotate alongside, almost shoulder to shoulder, and Dark Zero will force to use that Dark Veil as a rotational tool this time to move from point A to point B without taking any damage. And I tell you what, Dark Zero have done a pretty damn good job of it as well. Optic, for now, going to retreat back to one of these gondola buildings.
I don't want to listen to
the trenches between them, but Dark Zero, if they can sneak in and around where that Northpad building is and kind of just work their way across away from Optic Gaming.
I can't stand the American voices, yes, and yeah, oh my god, and GZ and DZ and then NRG and then TSM and then NRG and then TSM again and then what we're gonna see, Ballistic, the new character, and we actually got to play Ballistic really good. Oh, DZ heading up against NRG, and CLG, and then GG, and then GG, and then NT, and then GG, and then everybody goes to DC, and then everyone goes to Storm Point, and then you can even see a fifth game.
As Dark Zero do get a little glimpse of
That's what it
Sentinels
feels
just
like
running
in my
past
head.
them, and they'll have a little bit of a...
Oh, Sentinels are fighting, and DZ's looking for third party, and then parties are GG's, and then everybody's with the Sentinels, and then we get the flat feet, and then we go up to Zero, and Zero is very good, and Zeno with a one click, and Ballistic, new character.
I also don't know why I've started calling these gondola buildings, Dan, because they're not gondolas. I've always called these the donuts, and they're one of my favorite things in the world. So I'm gonna rewind the tape, scratch the VOD, both in the donuts.
I'm gonna be honest, when you said gondola, I was a bit confused, but I let it slide
It's
because
3:30 a.m.,
it's 3:30 in the morning.
And FaZe is
That
going
being
to go
said,
against
donuts are nice, and I
TSM.
agree. We'll
TSM's
go
going to
back
go
to
against
donuts because that works
Complexity.
out
And
for
then
me,
it's going to be
it's nice and
GG's for
prepared
that guy.
tomorrow.
And
FaZe,
then
though,
there's going to be
have moved
NTs
on
and
and
GG's
taken
again.
position. And
And
really, I
everybody's
thought they were
playing
going to actually be able to
Seer
hold out
and
a team there
Seer
because
and
they
Snipe
noticed
down
them
and
as they
Snipe down
dove
and
across
Seer
from the
going
sky with dive.
GG's, DDs, and
It looks like they
NTs.
might be going
Everybody
back
is
to
getting
revisit
a
that.
DB.
You can see the
And
phone
I
was
have
at least
always
scanning
liked
to
to
see if they
suck
were
on
there, but it looks like
double
they're going to
D.
be okay for now and might even have the chance to craft a
But
little bit.
GG's to DZ
Should be okay
Jen
for now.
Burton.
And 100 teams are kind of, I was going to say in the vicinity, but I don't think
FaZe
they're
and
looking to
TSM.
really engage. They're more occupied with the rotate they want to make in and around where FaZe find themselves. But you've always got to have someone on lookout, and you can see that Snipedown's got that responsibility right now. His job is just to make sure no teams are approaching from the north, nobody's up on that high ground by the zip line, and Frex is trying to join him alongside. While they craft these armors, it's you mentioned concentration being such a big part of these lobbies. Even if it's just holding an angle, you need to make sure that you never take your eye off the ball for a second, because that could be the difference between it not coming in from distance or you surviving and leaving with purple armors.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're long days.
don't need to
sometimes
talk
these
this
match
much.
point formats, if they
Why
don't
do
end
they
in
need-
4 or 5 and you can go on to 6, 7, 8.
They just got people
even
in there.
9
No
like we
dead
did
air,
in
no dead
India.
air. Keep talking,
And it's
keep
very
talking,
easy to
keep
switch
talking,
off
keep
every now and then.
talking, keep talking. Who's next?
You
Keep
suddenly
talking.
just grab a drink
Keep
while
talking.
you're having
Don't
only
you
one
don't you
hand
stop
on
talking.
the
Finish
keypad
that
or maybe
sentence.
on your controller
Start
as
a new
well, and
sentence
a team
before
suddenly
you
pops
finish
up and
that
you're
sentence.
not quite prepared. These things you can't allow
Keep
to
talking.
happen.
Who's
I
not
know it
talking?
sounds like so
Fire him.
trivial,
Get
it
someone
sounds
else
so
can talk more.
amateur, but at the same time, people can sometimes just let their guard down a little bit, and some of the biggest and best teams
No
will
one
be
wants to
well
hear,
drilled
like,
and not allow that
basic
to happen.
boom.
I will say now, as I look at the circle and
You
where
wanna
the teams
hear
are currently
teams.
set up, I'm a little bit concerned for the teams who
Fuck him up.
are going to be
Fuck him
arriving
up,
from
Naughty.
the south
Fuck him up. Hold right, hold
because
right.
there is starting to
I
be
don't want
a
to listen to
little
this.
bit
No one wants
of
to listen to you.
congestion towards that side
Nothing
where the chokeholds are going to be
against
near
you.
impossible to break through, and that's going to force you to have to
know how
Valkyrie
you do it.
over teams, and we've already seen with the amount of charge rifles in the lobbies today, Valkyrie ultimates haven't really worked out
Yeah,
for these
skill,
squads.
but
Well, Funny had shown what an important
What an
responsibility
annoying
it was for his
skill.
team to make sure that they were watching all angles at all times. Because
they're watching
the team
all
did
angles at
manage
all
to sneak
times.
up near
They're gonna
them,
get high ground. They're gonna make
take
sure that
control of one of
team
those
doesn't pop on
buildings.
the
If he
left,
wasn't
and
watching,
then
that's
also
all the
they
craft
want
that gets
that
eliminated
not
very, very
on
quickly.
the right of
Inside
them.
a checkpoint,
So
though,
they
is going to
gotta
be Complexity, who haven't
do
had
a couple of
the
scans.
monster game that we've seen
If they
from
get push, you'll see.
the likes of
Seer
NRG today,
pull
where
out
they had
his
that
ult.
big performance from FaZe and Exit,
Great
of course, the two
performance, great
winners
performance. They gotta watch their left,
of our
watch their
games that we've
right.
seen so
They're gonna
far
hold high
alongside
ground.
Dark Zero.
Going for a Valcolt now. Complexity with the
But for now,
Valcolt.
it's going to be the Valcolt, and very well positioned as well. You can see they wanted to make sure they were at maximum height. That's just good knowledge of where to Valcolt. All these little spots have been sought out and looked up over
I mean, it's not hard
thousands
to
and thousands of
Valcolt.
time to make sure that you're at max speed when you finally find yourself in the line of sight for another team.
Great
Well, they decide
Valcolt.
not to
Great
go for the gondola
Valcolt.
buildings.
And
Instead, I'll go
looks like
ahead
it
little
wasn't a good Valcolt.
east as they lose one. Ludes goes down, and it's not a laughing matter for Complexity because as
Everything
I
you
mentioned earlier,
say
they are
just-
outside of the top 10 as it stands, so they can't afford to fault here because remember it could end if
You
XL
think
Dark Zero were to win this one.
Something's good, it's
I
not.
think they might be
Like,
able to, I was going to say, get a reset, but
so
they're not
these
going to be able to because there's a
comms are
charge
just
rifle
so
coming in from
annoying.
distance. And Oxygen Esports right now stood in the bubble, stood in the building, go, what the heck is going on? Senox gets punched in the face. Enemy's now left on his own, and Oxygen Esports are run over by Complexity. Cody's still alive. Monsoon's on his back, but they're trying to stick that res, and he might be able to get Mon back on his feet.
I mean, that is huge for Complexity's chances of qualifying for LAN. They need
Hey,
to be
Monsoon.
staying alive in these games. If they can get that banner, then maybe they can
FaZe
stay
team.
alive as FaZe have lost
Oh,
two.
snap solo.
Terra Tricky being able to take down Frex finally, and it looks like Snipedown's just going to have to try and escape and maybe play this one on his own.
Okay, well that's good
There's one
for
in the zone, or maybe a res is on the horizon.
good for
but
TSM.
as we can
Good for
see in the bottom left-hand side of your
Lanimals. But
screen, at the
I don't know
start
if
of this game,
Lanimals
FaZe
are
were
in.
45 points, and they have nothing to add to that as it stands.
DZ's
18 squads
still in.
remaining in the lobby as well.
Why is this?
Does only have one banner to play with to try and get back into the game. The question is, does he play for the
One
second
banner
and
to try and
get
get
FaZe
back
up to a
into
full
the
squad?
game. It's like, we know, stop saying
5 points
things, we
isn't
know.
easy to come by as well as a solo or even a duo. I mean, unless you're Dark Zero, they managed to pull off the unthinkable.
Everyone who's
in that
watching
game
this
earlier.
plays this game a
I've
lot.
even seen teams struggle to get 1 or 2 points when they're trying to get onto match point. When
Oh,
even as a
God.
3, when they've not been able to get there, especially in a lobby as tight tight as this, especially in a zone as tight as this, where everyone has moved so early as well, FaZe would have to not only get into the top 10, they'd need kills and probably have to get 6th or 7th. Like, it's not really the most easy thing here, so they need to give themselves the best opportunity, and maybe that is trying to get the second player back on their feet. TSM, who are in 6th and actually, as it stands overall, are in 6th in the standings and would be going to LAN as well. 29 points isn't the highest total, but it is enough to be ahead of the majority of the lobby because Exet and Dark Zero have gobbled up so many of those points.
But the scary thing for TSM, as good as it sounds, you know, 6th sounds like a qualification spot. It sounds like you're going to see him a LAN. Sounds like everything is rosy. There's only like 2 or 3 points between the teams in and around TSM outside of the ones I mentioned. So one slip up here, and you can go from 6 to outside of that top 10 very, very
Gosh,
quickly.
I feel blessed.
Is coming down from the skies, and I'm pretty sure that's going to land
Gosh,
right
I feel
in and
blessed
around
that I
where
get to exist
TSM
in a
find
world
themselves.
where
Verhulst is
Kitty
going to ping it.
exists,
There's a Kraber in the
Ruba
air.
makes
It's
me
landing a little
smile.
bit close to TSM.
I want milk
Could
be
be,
soft,
nice and juicy
bouncing,
if they are
boing
able to pick
boing.
it up,
Mummy's
but
milk is
from their
tasty,
position, they are going to have to do
jiggly
quite a
cream
lot of work
puffs.
from this
Honka,
eastern
honka,
side. It was the
mama.
area I was worried about because as you move in, you've got Glitch Energy, you're going to be holding position. Complexity, you're going to be there waiting. Native are also just south of TSM that could potentially get involved in the fight. There is a lot of scraps that could be happening. Speaking of scraps, Furia, LG. Furia have LG in their sights. And we still haven't seen Furia take off today, but when you look at their points totals, they're on 18. TSM are on, like, what, 29? It wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility for Furia to catch teams like that up in one game.
Because Watson wants to be aggressive on this. He's trying to get through the bang ult because he knows that damage has been done, and this is a really risky play, but it's a smart one at the same time.
How did he see that?
While his teammates do the damage, and now his
ping.
Watson takes down Near's one. You can see 2 players from LG already down, and it's looking like this might be the end of the run here for Luminosity.
So tough as well for
unfortunate.
Luminosity, even though they're within the top 10 at the moment. As you said,
That's
it's
it, they're
so
gone.
tight between these teams who are fighting for points, fighting for those land placements.
Animals
that
still
one
in.
slip up and someone can take full advantage
Animals
of it, and
are
that may
chilling.
just happen to Luminosity if they are not careful. Exet are trying to have a
Oh,
little
go,
go at this
go.
one as well, and remember, it was this kind of circle earlier where Exet were able to have a brilliant game, but it looks like it's going to move a little bit further southeast than it did on the circle Exet 1.
Yeah, welcome to being in the way of Sheila, because I'm pretty sure that Nocturnal just ripped away at 2 players under the AMC Armory. Fun now back on Pathfinder as well. This isn't just a pick for the short term. This is something that they think is going to work in the long term for them in these lobbies, and especially on Storm Point. We've seen how effective it was. And speaking of kill feeds, and speaking of things happening,
Exets.
look at the top right-hand side of your screen. Monsoon,
I hate that.
whose name rose to fame with a Kraber in his hands. He's got one here, and he's dealing with some players coming in from Sentinels.
Complexity really need some points as well to push themselves into that top 10, and it looks like Sentinels might suffer because of it, and Dark Zero are just going to be there to clean up the pieces and ensure that Sentinels get eliminated. And with that elimination, Sentinels starting to fall further and further away from that top 10 and those chances. And as for Dark Zero, they continue on their charge. They would actually start to progress closer towards the likes of Exet, and our two match point teams are going to be in a very similar area here.
Yes,
They are
I'm
both
still on
eventually
it.
going to have to move a little bit further southeast. This is starting to pull towards Cascade Falls. Originally, I think a lot of teams were thinking it was going to be a little bit closer north, but it has been a heavy zone shift.
I can tell you the whole lobby thought it was going north, because everybody in the lobby had set up for a northern zone over by North Pad and, you know, the egg buildings and where we find ourselves from the point of view of Exet right now. But that is a violent zone shift back towards Cascade Falls. And Glitch Energy and TSM, they're in pretty good spots right now, from looking like they weren't quite sure how to play things. Now they've kind of been dealt the hands that they wanted.
Yeah, they're really good now.
I think it's as soon as TSM and
You
100 Thieves
you can't
and all the
Valco
other teams
over that.
didn't get the priority positions, when they see that zone pool, they're going to be very happy.
They are
Native Gaming eliminated.
screwed.
Optic have just had a player knocked, as have Dark Zero. So one of our match point teams here maybe could be falling unless we see Zainu, the new
Holy
signing
shit.
for this roster, start to pop off.
I'm going to make a request to the observers, by the way. Can we go and watch Monsoon? Because he's got a Kraber in his hand and he ain't missing many shots at the moment. Dark Zero, 56 points. Zainu now left on his own with 15 squads remaining. But Complexity, who we saw about 5 minutes ago or so, I mean, they were in all sorts of shambles, having just one. They were under pressure, but they found a Kraber. But look at Zainu,
Nice.
3 eliminated. There's only one of him. It might as well be 3.
Complexity there, it's still a 2, and there you go. Your wish is your command, and Complexity now.
Oh.
As soon as he's still connecting, still hitting these shots. Dark Zero do get eliminated, by the way, so now only Exet, the match point team, that is still alive. But Complexity are putting themselves within a chance of pushing towards.
Oh, that's Lanimals. No.
Complexity need this. 31 points at the moment. Pretty good from them. but in a position where you
I
find
don't want
yourselves
Monsoon to win.
needing extra points every game. This is what we were talking about before this game got underway. The teams who are under the most stress in this lobby right now aren't the ones that are on match point. It's the teams outside of the qualification spots who know how close.
Okay, you can shut up now.
They're Valkyries?
I don't know. I'm running up hill right here.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna take control of this shit. Watch out for your exit right now. We shoot them in the back.
I'm watching exit.
3 kills with us.
Alright, Naughty, watch exit.
Sheila staring at me.
They might try to fight us on exit.
I got one.
Nice, Mac. Hold on.
Okay, we have a free Valk on here now.
Nice, boys. Nice.
That's good, that's good. Look at the kills, look at the kills. Cracked him. Someone watch this out, watch this right now.
Okay,
Look at the rotate.
I'm on it.
That team is a Kraber on southwest.
Okay, we can't go. I think we go through them with a card.
Grab nades.
Okay, I have a ton.
Okay, I'm coming to loot then.
Where can we Valk at? We need to look for a Valk
Oh,
on
I
here.
don't know about that rampage
I don't
play,
think
bro.
that we can fucking... I think we need to go over this way. Right now. Come here. Come on, guys, everybody. Get in, bubble the car. Right now, we'll have the cooldown, right?
Yeah, I've got helmet.
Okay, cool.
Exet's still
We're
in.
gonna pass them
Oh,
right here, okay?
shit.
Can we get a Valk on it?
And I got
Yeah, we
Rampart.
can. This is good. Up here.
I'm watching
Rampart's
Oh,
insane.
this is a oop. Right here, I'll meet that, I guess. Can we go through the choke here?
There's
We
a
can
team
always
there.
rip the Valk out.
There's
Where
a team,
at?
they're watching it. There's a platform.
Okay, okay,
Yo,
okay.
Valkyrie thing for me gives us most height.
Okay, okay, I'm coming to you now then. We're gonna try and land on top of the rocks, okay? Ready?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm ready.
Come on.
Come on,
We're gonna fly through
boys.
and land on top of the rocks.
This is.
Oh, we can
Holy
land, look at
sh.
this! I don't know if it's a solo or not. We may be able to land back in third exit fight.
It's not a solo.
Fly through, keep flying, guys, keep flying. Go to the rocks, guys, go to the rocks. Go to the fucking
I
rocks.
made it. I fell, fuck!
Bubble. We're good. Give me up them.
Oh, no.
It's good, it's fine. We need to just be careful of our back. Yeah, they're being hard pitched. Yeah, we need to walk forward.
I'm calling to you guys.
Yeah, come here, right here. Come to me, Al, come to me. You're gonna meet.
I can't yet.
Holy fuck.
Full safe for me. They're gonna fight behind
I
over
have a
here.
fucking god rat spot.
Okay, just stay there.
Bubble in 12. Bubble in
I'm
12.
gonna rest, okay?
No, I've got knock and bubble in 12.
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Shut him on, okay? Come over here, get ready to bubble.
Yeah,
We
2
need you out.
seconds. 1 second.
Throw it out. Rest.
Stick this shit.
And then we go that way. We have to
Come
go
on,
this way.
boys.
Okay.
Come on,
No, we have
boys.
to go this way.
Okay.
Come with me, guys. Come on, go. Play under on me.
I got a swap.
Above me, guys.
50.
You might be. Yeah, it might be. Come on, guys.
Oh, no.
Have a knock, Naughty.
No.
No, try.
They're just fucking looking and they died for it, bro. Listen, bro.
Fuck, if we landed on high ground, we actually would have won this game.
Yeah, I bounced off it.
Me too.
I couldn't make it to height, bro. I couldn't.
Yeah, we all bounced off it.
That ship made you like propel your rockets. That's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, if we made it to height, we actually win this game. We were chilling up there.
I couldn't make it, yeah.
I wonder if we should have just pushed the team in the choke, but I thought we'd have a third party here.
I think
It's
we
just
should have
full...
played for the KP on that team in the choke. Yeah.
I know, it's just full hindsight though. Were they a duo or a trio? Do we know?
I don't know. That's why I asked when I read, like, are we fighting? Like toward, like, yeah. I wasn't sure which way.
Nice try. That was good. Like you played the cards you were dealt, and it was fucking awesome, man. That was great. No beacon.
Yeah, but it just sucks. It's only
I
5
know.
points. Like we need a fucking game, man. We need a game. We need a good game.
I feel you on that.
Except might even end it here.
I don't know if
They might.
I don't know if they are either, but
I think they are.
Yeah.
they might end it here.
Oh, fuck.
They were underneath Evan the entire time. They were playing underneath Evan.
That's fun. That's a wrap.
Yeah, and they had a shit ton of kills too.
Oh.
I know. I don't want to. I didn't mean to. I didn't know there was a team right there. There's a duo playing right underneath Evan that he didn't see either. How am I supposed to know there's a team there?
Unless it's fucking
I never
cat
saw
team
them.
kills them.
Nice. Good job, Funk. I think everybody's griefing them. I think everybody knows this thing is the path. And I think people are griefing them. Everyone's shooting at them. Rampart just died?
Fucking kill Exet.
Yeah.
Exet's going.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, great.
They were a duo.
Oh,
just
fuck. Oh,
They
fuck.
died.
Yeah, just died for free.
Oh,
Sad.
thank God.
Ooh.
It's energy though.
Actually, just died
This is,
third.
this is
bad.
not. We literally need.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it
have
actually is.
10
We need
kills.
fucking huge games, boys.
They
We
got
need
9
huge
points,
games.
decent.
Like literally bombs. We need. All right.
Go NRG. Good shit.
Like I had, yeah, maybe if you see our back is clear, Jordan, you can just walk up with us, bro. You don't have to like look at that.
It wasn't like fully cleared. Like if I leave the spot, they can instantly just wrap us at any moment.
Yeah, they definitely could have wrapped us. There's like one rock with like high ground actually over our spawn.
Bro, yeah, I didn't know.
Just had to let Evan just
sometimes. Like I was attached to you, and I just happened to be thrown like to lower ground.
Did you split off me?
No,
such a
no.
Yeah,
Stuck
that
on the
doesn't
whole
make
time.
sense.
It just flung you off of me.
I
can't
believe.
Maybe we should have gone into the top right cubby.
Like I was looking to like stop the res.
Nah, we would have died there. I think the rock was the play. It's just the Valkyrie didn't work.
Yeah, no. I mean, once our booster is pulled.
Damn, final result. Okay. Oh shit. Hey, freaking Twitch. Does that shit? I have to listen to these guys for 7 minutes before they show the
Evo. They were feeling confident. They just survived to fight. I thought it was over. I really did. But this shows you the caliber of teams that we have in North America. And in many ways, the dark side of it, which is the inconsistency sometimes that we have with these teams. And not to put a damper on what NRG has done, which phenomenal win. That's going to give them confidence. E8 as well. The story that is maybe the most interesting, a potential 18th place team winning match point, kicking one of our current top 10 teams out of that place and only taking the top 9. That would be a story. But in terms of, I think, XSET having more and more opportunities, when does it become a problem? And when does it start to mess with you mentally? Because, Mark, obviously, it's not easy to even get to the position that they're in. Is there any point that this becomes negative? Or is this just something like, hey, we go again, wipe the slate clean, we're going to land anyway?
I mean, it depends on the team. It depends on the player, right? Some teams will be like, okay, we're in a great position. We're still on match point. There's not many other teams who are joining us. We've still got another chance. But you're quite right. The more opportunities you have in front of you, you don't convert. The doubt starts to come in naturally. It will. It doesn't matter who you are, how much experience you've got. It's like, was that the game? Are we going to get another chance? Is that going to be something we're going to regret? But this is the NRG POV, Dan. And I mean, the way that they played this side of the zone, clearing it out and just allowing themselves a perfect position to third party this fight was beautiful.
Yeah, it really was an incredible way to kind of round things out of this final circle for NRG, because they distanced themselves from teams enough where they could watch what was unfolding in front of them and then pick their fights at the right time. It's always one of the best ways to try and take a final circle, is avoiding certain fights but then getting involved when you need to, and also doing damage to teams from a distance, because then you can almost encourage those fights and help those fights finish a little bit quicker. As soon as they started to see the kill feed light up, that's when NRG said, all right, we're in a spot now where we should be winning this game. And from this point onward, it was never going to be a failure. A team like NRG does not throw games like this away. They put themselves on match point. Also, as it stands, if it were to end here, they would be going to LAN anyway, just based off pushing themselves. I think they're 8th now, as it stands. They're actually only 1 point behind TSM if it were to be this position. The scary thing is we have 4 teams now on match point. So those teams who haven't been able to do enough today, we're getting increasingly more likely to find a winner.
NRG, E8, and of course Dark Zero and XSET, the teams on match point that you mentioned, Dan. Gildersons with a big game. You can see how aggressive he was starting to get there in that final zone, and it's just that little momentum that NRG has, that swagger when they start going. We saw it all the way back when even in Twitch Rivals, Hal and Sweet teamed up together. They got that 37-point win with Reeds and ultimately ended up taking a huge comeback victory. There's something about the way Sweet likes to IGL this squad, and the way Nathan and Gildersons are just 2 of the best in the business at doing damage and creating milestones. That means when they get going, they're almost impossible to stop. I know we have our series results coming up pretty soon as well, so wait for those. And obviously you can see NRG after that, big win, 25 total points. We haven't seen anyone jump really past the 26 points, but we've seen a lot of 25, 26s across EMEA and North America today, Mark. And so it's been a good showcase of NRG to get into that range.
Certainly has. And E8, once again, up there. 2nd place finish for them. XSET close, but close. Might as well have been a million miles away, to be honest. It's all about the win for them at this point. Meat Lovers, though, that's a really important game for them. But I keep saying about the bubble teams, man. And whose turn is it this time? It seems like 1 by 1. It's a bubble team who steps up. Yes, NRG with the big win. Great for them. But Meat Lovers, 11 points for them. It's going to change the complexion once again for LAN qualification. It's... honestly, I'm kind of like, every time these standings come up and I'm reading through them, I'm just thinking about who's going to miss out. Like someone has to miss out, and it's just like, can we just not have everyone? Like, just let them all come. Just do a 10-day event.
That's the story, isn't it, Dan? When you win, you're unfortunately providing a losing experience for someone else most of the time in competitive sports, and that's the nature of the game.
And that's the scary thing for some of these teams who are in the top 11, because 11 go through, but if we were to see E8 to win on match point, for example, suddenly it would only be 10 going through on points plus E8. 11th place right now is Complexity. And now Complexity, we saw and we heard from Monsoon how the tribes and tribulations that he went through, the disappointment of not being at LAN. We heard the same thing from Snipedown as well, and we know what it means to these guys to make it. And if you were to lose out because another team wins on match point, it pushes you out of those placements, then it's going to hurt even more so.
Yeah.
So it's about putting yourself and putting your best foot forward. So if you're the likes of Complexity, Meat Lovers, Wildcard, who are kind of on those 10th, 11th positions at the moment, you need to do more to push yourself that little bit further so you're not even vulnerable to that possibility.
Overall series results after 6 games. Can't believe we're going back to World's Edge. It certainly felt like we could end there in game 3 or game 4, and then of course Storm Point seemed likely, but no, we're heading back to the map that in 2 days will be nicely revamped. Can't wait to see that on competitive. I'm sure that will still be in place for LAN. So a nice little sneak peek we've been doing there. XSET, Dark Zero, NRG, E8 round out the top 4 with FaZe right behind them. TSM still keeping pace. Meat Lovers in the back of our top 10. And yes, more to be done for our bottom half. But of course, that doesn't mean that there aren't players out there who are doing well. And if you think that you've spotted someone, we mentioned Monsoon. We've obviously been watching Hal and seeing his play. Gilderson's impressed me in that last one in Fun FPS, just off looking at it. Been incredible performers today. Whoever you think is the top performer, your Monster Energy MVP, in the Twitch chat right now, use hashtag and then that player's name, and we will count your vote. Also on Twitter, if you want to go ahead and write it there, we will tabulate that as well. We have all the fancy systems, so don't worry about it. We'll make sure we get it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on World's Edge. You can see XSET having won twice, FaZe won twice. It's been a good day for FaZe. Even though they're not the storyline right now, it's been a good day for them. Dark Zero, NRG, and now match 7 with World's Edge. We are going to be making it happen, and guess what? I'm going to be sending it over to someone we haven't heard in half a second. Dan and Vicky, Kitty. It's game 7. We're back on World's Edge. What you saying?
Okay, sir.
Well, I mean, I'm saying I'm excited for this game, Rain Day, and I'm excited to have Vicky back along.
TSM need to win.
Well, match number 7. It means World's Edge. It means that
anything could happen.
Starting to get comfortable on Storm Point for a couple.
Animals need to win.
To another and a new map, and I started to look at who have been the standout teams from World's Edge throughout this season. Furia, XSET, TSM, and even a team like FaZe have been able to find all of their victories. So there is still a lot of games to be played, potentially.
Everyone just dropped their res.
Some of the teams who are outside of those match point teams actually finding a victory here, Vicky.
And I gotta take you away from Mark real quick, okay? Because you guys have been absolutely killing it on the mic. You know, we gotta give Marco some chance to breathe here, as Native Gaming haven't had.
You just start moving. You're not even showing. Oh. Really win the game off of this. I grabbed you a 4 to 8. You find a sniper. Okay. I'm gonna rotate to the bottom. I'm queuing to the balloon right now. I'm taking the balloon. Okay. I didn't get an armor, unfortunately. Crafting a 3x and a bat.
Okay. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We need to beat them to the rotate now.
What Mac?
Come on, animals.
Do you have an ulti cell?
No, we don't need an ulti cell. We just need to beat them to the rotate. Sculptor's right here.
Please don't leave me behind, guys. Make sure we're on pacing. I know it's annoying, but I don't want to get.
I think you need to queue up before it, so that they see you off the balloon. They're taking the balloon right now. I'm gonna queue forward too.
I should be okay. I don't think I'm gonna get fucking.
We're good. We're just on triple fucking white.
I didn't see their trails.
I know.
Come on, come on.
Are we coming?
Did they not fight Harvester?
I don't know.
It could be bad for us if they didn't. We're triple white right now.
The zip's up in 15.
So far behind too. It's like sketching me out.
Go left. Go left. Go left. There's a support goal over there. This is too sketchy. Not Harvester. I think we die off that balloon if we zip up. I think we just use zips.
You're taking Siphon Balloon?
Yeah.
When you guys set the zip, wait a second.
Put a zip here. Put a zip here. Siphon's gonna be gone. They had a beacon. We're not taking balloons. I feel like with triple weight, I'm pretty sure we're going to fucking die to someone. We're gonna be pissed.
Come on, cost.
We're about to lowball this shit, okay?
Yeah.
I see. Just clear comms.
We're shooting my barrels, man.
We're lowballing now, okay?
Yeah. Arm. Oh, I got a blue armor here. Don't take it.
Look. Alright, another blue. Everybody can have blue now.
3 blues. 3 blues.
Yeah.
Got a 1x2.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here at staging.
TSM
So many
spotting.
teams already making their way over to the south side. It's TSM cleaning up what is left here. Already starting the action so quick. You have to also imagine the mental that these pros need to keep themselves in check as these games go on. They need to keep that stamina, and it could be pretty detrimental for some of these fights, especially early on.
So TSM decided they wanted to get involved.
Don't let them see.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is like a... I think this is a good call. Yeah. I think...
Oh no, this is just the tree team. I think it's probably just WC.
I think we just rotated fast as fuck.
Yeah. Team just took this building right here.
No, we just rotated lightning speed, boys. Like this is fucking juicer.
The games are gonna be a little more NT.
I have 12 cells and a bat.
Need to make sure they get there before we see one of our 4 actually win here on World's Edge, and that's the circle that I was talking to you about.
Where's Lanimals?
They're here. About 7 teams that have made their way very quickly.
They're already in.
Will probably be one of the next to arrive. And then once the CLG versus Native fight eventually finishes, if it finishes,
the longer we think, the worse it gets, you know. So
yeah,
whatever.
I think we should go sit here right now.
Let's go over there. I've got sniper.
I think we play here, bro. I think this is
I'm
fine.
sitting up here right now with Caustic, so.
You don't have to play up there. Yeah, play behind your barrels. We can play out and shit. Me and you, bro. We have a. I'm gonna go grab crafting mats and start getting your crafting. Let's craft some bats and shit. Watch your bats. Yeah, they're flying one.
Right over.
I think they're going into RV.
Almost cracked one. They landed on the RV.
Okay. Look for KP. We might be able to third it.
They're fighting.
Are they hard fighting?
Yeah.
The building keeps walking up too. We can steal their building, Luke.
Yeah, let's walk up. Where are they at right now?
One's right here and one is up the stairs.
They're going back to the building. They went back to the building.
He's all dead.
They went back to the building.
Shouldn't have shot there.
No, I do in 5 seconds. 2 seconds. Ready?
Tree, and you can just be obliterated as you cross, and there will be a lot of teams with charge rifle.
I'm taking the SAR-9. The Sierras who has the
That's NRG.
I need that digi.
You guys can loot the Lobel, and then I can put down another one.
There's no... I already looted the Lobel. No, the bodies are right here. We're chilling. Don't overthink it.
Rampart wall right here for us to fucking get.
He's just sitting on the wall.
Gonna move through on the southeast over towards where TSM are on launch site. CLG still alive, still kicking, and looking like they want to take another fight.
CLG.
Here too. Black Hole, they're going to be able to break down those doors. Black Hole for Black Hole. Everybody's getting stuck inside of that room right here as the gravity lift is going to help them try to reset, but he took too much of that tick damage from that thermite. Now Native Gaming, a tale again as old as time, constantly finding CLG over on the other side. If it isn't Harvester, it's going to be on the outside of Thermal Station, and they're the ones that come out on top versus CLG.
I said another fight. It wasn't. It was still the same fight. They just followed each other to a new destination, but it's going to be Native who come out.
We literally just played to this, and we just play to kill the RV team.
Okay.
There's a team in tunnel right here, guys. On my right ping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be
I'm about to go to Al. Yeah, I'm about to go to Al.
I'm gonna go back up top.
And hold with him.
I have another battery I can craft, but this team is over there.
Do it on the side that you
He needs a heavy mag.
Do it in 7. In EMEA, we went all the way to 9. We had 11 teams on match point before we found our victor. So, in theory, we could still find ourselves in that situation with North America. Certainly hasn't been as much a total sponge as there was in EMEA in some of the games, but NA have spread the points out a little bit more evenly.
Listen, Dan, Game 7 is usually that magic number. Usually the number...
You can fly out if you need to. You can just queue out. Okay?
Yep, yeah.
Shit, I'm on bad. Purple armor.
I'm trying to... I'm
for flyline so I can take your skin. Yeah. Let me do it like... Right here.
Who do we want to watch? Let me know.
Okay. I have one more wall. I'm just gonna wall off like this. Because that's the side we should not ever be peeking. Okay, you guys understand like peeking from tree side's bad, right? Like if we're anywhere the whole lobby can shoot us. We've moved every swap inside?
They're all like shitty white swaps, literally.
What about
we didn't move this one.
It's a white too. I hit that guy 57 blue. Oh my god! You good?
That fucking, I just tapped straight from the window. Anyone have a Phoenix?
Oh, no. There's one in the low ball. I can grab it.
There?
I'll grab it.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't allowed to tap strafe in ALGs. Or maybe it's just for controller.
Need a charge or a longbow, honestly. Longbow would be hit. I thought you said take mine.
Not the time to put bats on right now. You see what he's doing? He's looting. We have one man down right now.
I didn't know that. I was coming.
You're good. You're good.
Alright, you took my bat. It's fine now. Keep it. I have 2 bats.
Fuck.
Keep trucking, bro.
In the last few days of Pro League, they're currently sitting at number 4 overall, right behind Dark Zero with 102 points. So they got a lot of room to breathe out here, taking their time. Even with a lot of these other teams just fighting for the way to be in the top 10. I'm talking about wildcard complexity. Meat Lovers and Luminosity literally a point away from each other and tied. As we can see, XSET making their rotation here, taking a different approach and a different look here in terms of comms. No fooling around this time around, no Pathfinder. That's all for the Storm Point games after they lost out and getting that top 3 score where Energy was able to take it over them. Now finding themselves in a little nice nook in between the rocks.
Yeah.
Wait, Zion, you're alone.
I'll be fine, I'll be fine.
I'm gonna command. Don't have to run tunnel.
They're zipping up the middle. Fine. Let's play angles here. Are we gonna play command?
Just sprint back, yeah.
Yeah, sprint back.
Alright.
Caustic team. Coming back inside. Kind of in a weird spot.
Team that's across the field.
Exit might be dead.
Nocturnal's gonna be able to get the revive.
Exit is gone.
He saw the shots were coming from there earlier on. Smoke grenade now, maybe he could find some room to breathe.
Smoke gonna help out, and funds should be picked up here. It's whether Meat Lovers take another look at this, but because there's so many teams in the area that have eyes on, Meat Lovers weren't
They
able
are
to
screwed.
finish things off.
He's down again. Exit is...
Native are still alive. This is the area where XSET were looking at. They were trying to work out if they could go into this building, but as soon as they saw the heartbeat sensor, they recognized they weren't.
15 that gen, so.
Yeah, probably one cell.
This is risky as fuck.
I'm gonna shoot for you.
Just one, but with the mobile res being in the crafter, there is always the opportunity that they've crafted it early and they could get themselves back to a full 3. 17 squads remaining, round 2 starting to close. And there's only, what, 3 teams here, Vicky, that are outside of this next circle? Everyone's found themselves into at least zone 2.
And that's what you can expect from those launch site circles, especially when you want a chair to take priority over the instant.
1 minute.
Why won't it let me scan it right now? Okay, now I did. It's a bow.
They just res on the bridge over there.
You need to listen. Yo, this is gonna be a really fucking empty game. We just need to chill.
3-4.
Collect. 14 cells in here, boys. Are we all insane on cells?
I have 8.
Yeah.
I'm holding 2 nades, so I'm not really holding.
I'm dropping some energy ammo.
Actually, I'm gonna drop the cells on the ground.
I'm taking them.
Remember,
With an empty game, we can maybe make
Dark Zero, NRG, or
I
E8.
wish I could grab that fucking thing, but I can't get in range for that. Just gonna do a crazy shift or what?
It could shift all the way north. Nah, it's either this one or launch. I'm pretty sure it comes back out to us.
It's not touching, so I think it might come back to us.
I'm pretty sure it literally ends on this truck. Let's fucking go. Regardless if we don't win, just a good fucking game to keep us in the standings.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not through tree if they wanted to take a longer route around here. Dark Zero inside of this tunnel. So Jen still rocking that white Evo here. More so taking their time as well. That you can see some damage being put on the board, but they got some nice loot to work with. Talking about Zainu and that R9 and the purple mag. I mean, we saw what he was able to do with the blue mag. Now he's got that purple mag ready and that gold extended heavy mag on the flat line.
And this is going to be one of those circles, I think, that finishes on the northern side of launch site. TSM at the moment are in a position where they'd have to move a little bit further up. Dark Zero are going to have to, of course, drop down a bit south. There's a team below them. I think they've heard them and they will fire some shots towards them as well. And I'm fairly certain that might be XSET that was there earlier on. So we could have our 2 biggest teams that are on match point fighting against each other if they're not careful.
See what TSM's doing.
Fight, of course, because they're both going to have to move into that next circle. And sometimes you will avoid fights and just play placement instead.
TSM are chilling, but...
What are they gonna do exactly? They're gonna have to... Like, they don't really have much space back there.
Oh, they're not gonna have shit to play. They're gonna play on the platform, like behind the bins, and eventually they're gonna have to just drop down Low ground.
I'm cheering for Lanimals.
I'm just trying to think.
Lanimals get the
they
win.
Might have to jump down, like on the underneath the staircase.
They shouldn't have to jump down yet.
Lanimals get the win. 20. They need 22 points. I don't know about. I don't know.
Shield cell here.
The NRG are looking good.
Dark Zero, Xset, and NRG E8 all in match point. It's 4 teams.
Okay.
Altic is not match point. That's probably them on the south side, and then Dome team is in the east building.
Just hope this pulls back to us, guys.
It feels like everybody's stream sniping.
We should.
I don't know how they're like, oh,
pull back.
Yeah, it's got
gonna end on our
Valkyrie, Rampart.
It's ending in launch. There's no zones where the package is.
It's weird. It's like,
we're good, bro.
How do people know?
Unless we just skip, but we'll see.
Naughty was calling out all the
those teams who are fighting for land positions, 10th at the moment in the series standings, but also trying to push into the top 10 in the overall standings as the CAQ comes out to try and stop any sort of healing. But this is such a horrible fight to take. It's one that I'm sure all watchers have had to take themselves in their ranked games, trying to fight through these snakes. Sometimes if you take a little bit too much damage, you can't quite escape, and grenades can definitely ruin your day.
It's also scary too with the teams. You highlighted it. The teams have to.
Ooh, I love that spot.
Side of launch, a huge beamage coming in right now from Chaotic Much, looking both.
That's a dirty spot. That window.
Through that upstairs window.
Got so many kills in that window.
Just waiting to see if they have more of these different angles, but they're trying to restabilize at the same time. E8 stuck inside of this building here, but you can expect third parties to be rolling in once the fighting is done from the north side of where Tree is.
And I wonder if Luminosity know just how important this fight could be. Not only do they put themselves closer to those land positions, but could be taking out one of the teams who are on match point and could be ending it here. Because if it ended now, as it stands, Luminosity would not be going to land. They need more games. They need points here. But neither team has been able to get the break, has been able to get that first knock. They're still going blow for blow at the moment.
I want E8 to lose.
E8 to the ground. As I say that, design goes down.
That's huge here for LG right now to have the number advantage now on their side. E8 though, they're not even going to poke just yet until they get to reset. Chaotic Much having the opportunity to pop that Phoenix right through that cat wall that he was able to set up himself. He's isolated one of the members of LG, but he gets beamed, only leaving Zach up alive for E8. LG desperately needed to take this fight,
NRG's just chilling
on top so far. Zach Mazer trying to find an opportunity to reset.
That's
he
good.
gets a beam on the hip fire, but E8 get wiped out after Yanga gets the follow-up right here. You'd love to see it from
E8's
LG
gone.
exit.
They can't win.
Too, playing off that low ground, and they still were able to finish up that previous fight without getting third party, because this fight right here where Exit is still happening to the right.
So the entire lobby will be made aware that one of the match point teams
still in, Land's still in.
The lobby. Meaning the chances of
Exet's not looking good.
Get a little bit closer.
Exet is
especially
dead.
if they knew that Exet are down to just 2, but of course they wouldn't. Fun's banner has been picked up, but Sykes is about to go down unless there's smoke. No, it's not a Hail Mary. Nocturnal, last remaining player. It's Sweet that takes him down, so we are seeing a match point team on to match point team as NRG trying to take out Exet to give themselves a better chance of being able to take this entire day. And it would be the most NRG thing to do
if TSM win, it'd be awesome.
To find a victory here today on match point, especially after the first couple of games where they looked pretty slow out of the blocks. Lanimal's also having a fight against Meat Lovers elsewhere, and I did mention that Lanimal's in one of the better positions.
Guild is gone. Oh shit! I didn't even notice.
I mentioned it earlier, but cannot ignore it. Albert Lily is on this Pathfinder, Nadia on the Caustic, and Lou on the Loba. NRG choosing violence with this charge rifle.
I'm not kidding. I'm playing slow, Nate. I'm gonna show attention backside, okay?
No, how is it not a charge? Yeah, I'm charging these guys.
Crafton banner.
I'm gonna literally put a wall outside of sitting on
this. TSM need to do something. What are TSM doing? Oh shit!
I told you that.
Oh my god, they're almost dead.
I'm moving this corner. There's one guy here.
Moving this guy with you.
Solo, I'm healing here.
Exet gone. What a rotate.
Gain space, Jordan.
I'm med kidding. I'll gain space.
They're dying in this corner here. 3 shots. Downs.
There's a knock right there.
Go TSM. They need to win this.
Yep. They're getting fucked in the blue crate.
They like literally need to win.
They're all dead.
No, there's so more down.
There's still someone here. There's someone behind that. There's also a team above them too.
They should shoot them. We don't want to go across and kill that. We have to wait. We just walk this in late. We walk this in late. you have ultic cells for Evan, maybe?
I have an ultic cell. I have one ultic cell.
I'm popping one.
I think you pop. Yeah, pop them. Pop.
On the other side of our wall, Nate. This team's looking at us. They're zipping up.
Can you crack that guy?
Oh, that's TSM.
Show presence. These guys are zipping height.
What the fuck?
Bro, wait, Nate, we can maybe fucking hold this shit, bro.
I have a low ball, down another one. I'm putting it inside the RV.
I'm rooting for TSM. Come on.
I'm gonna look up left.
Right.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Queued out. Queued out. Shoot
They're all fighting over there.
Shoot the solo. Nice.
They are fighting on the north side.
We have.
left.
I think we do. Just
Maybe we
have
can
to
queue
walk
up.
in.
We can queue up, maybe.
Either one.
It's gonna be late though.
Oh shit.
We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't do it. We cannot do it.
Okay.
We have to walk in.
Oh
maybe
shit.
On the truck, maybe?
Yeah.
They have to. They're stuck inside. They're just gonna stay inside.
Grab nades if you can.
I have nades. I have nades.
They're walking up on energy.
Watch right. Watch the
They've only
right
got.
side.
There's only
Try to get as
duo.
many kills as possible here.
Watch right. Watch right. Triple right.
Full team in the truck.
Just zero here, I think.
I have them up. Yep.
Dark Jeff, I'm going left.
Yep.
Going up the dodge.
Zero thing.
There's only two in the truck.
No, there's a full team in, I
It's
think.
three.
Look right. Look right. Look right.
That in.
It's here in the air. He died.
Play in the corner. Play.
No.
Give me a knock in the back. Get back your truck. Give me a knock, please.
They're gonna swing out. They're gonna swing out. They're going to swing out, guys.
Yep. Watch out, low.
Reloading.
Nice. They're getting charged up, so be careful.
Go Verls.
I can't go that way. I can't go in.
It's a duo. It is a duo. 100%.
Hey, we gotta
I'm
kill
marking.
this
You can res maybe. I'm marking right now.
Holy shit.
Level one, dead. The other one.
Nice.
He's running. He ran out.
Okay.
Get the thirst.
Yeah, I'm stuck outside.
I have to loot ammo.
Last guy ran out. I don't know where he went.
I'm getting inside. I need a mech kit. I
grabbing
need white meds. White meds, guys.
I dropped you.
No. Verls.
Can maybe res you?
Holy fuck. Oh, he's dead.
I'm safe here.
Don't need many. I have no bats. That's how far I can throw it.
Am I push?
They're gonna peek us.
Am I push?
They're not pushing right now.
Grab. I'm probably a mech kit. Grab the Moby. Can you look for a Moby?
I'm looking for it. I don't have one. I don't see one.
Animals are dead. No.
Look for kills here.
We need to look right side. We need to look right side then.
You need to cross that truck on the right.
Can we shoot left? Do they have?
They're not gonna win.
We have to focus left, guys.
Who's
They
alive?
only need 3 more points, whether that be from kills or placement. But it's not the easiest position because they're being targeted by both Complexity and Sentinels right now. Optic also in a fine spot because they've used the Dark Veil to at least stop any sort of coverage from
another
Complexity
game.
above
It'll
them.
go to
Exhibit's
game 8.
starting to come down. Sentinels get sent on as well. And now this is the engagement that Sentinels have to win.
Oh, but in the process, Optic did put up
He's
the
dead.
wall so the way they could try to push in here to block their line of sight, but they lost out on dropped in the initial push.
TSM's still alive.
Nice. What's up?
Holy shit. Go. Go, TSM. Go, bro. Oh, Complexity. Good shit.
Yeah,
you definitely showed that.
Siphon 100%.
Yeah.
Game 8. Damn.
Yeah, I knew. No, I did. I said I'm pretty sure one of us is gonna die if we knock. Well, wait. I already said that.
To do so.
And they needed it too. I was looking at Monsoon's tweets, the way that he was feeling going into today. They're now sitting at match point after taking that dub, meeting together with TSM. Add on to the other teams that have now been sitting at match point while we go on to our next game, Dan.
Well, I mean, 6 teams and the fact that Complexity hit exactly 50. They needed exactly a victory and that amount of kills to get there. I'm sure they're going to be beaming right now from ear to ear. Rain Day, I'm sure you are as well. You're always smiling.
Yes.
You must have enjoyed that one.
TSM got second.
How'd you know? I was smiling. It was a great finish there. A lot of teams working very hard to get to a position of match point. We now have 6 as we head into game 8. Vicky, I'll bring you back on and let's wrap up about it because TSM Complexity, we see NRG having a great performance there again, almost making it work. Tough stuff. I mean, the lobby is starting to heat up. It took a while for North America, but we're really starting to see now the landscape start to shift where more and more teams are are getting that match point.
Can we highlight the fact that XSET was at match point after game number 3, and they still have not been able to find the dub? That is insane. I mean, yeah, they've been having some fun with some different team compositions, but it can also make them stand out like a sore thumb for some of the teams that do call them out, especially on Storm Point, which I do believe is what we saw when NRG had the opportunity to dive in on them. But man, more teams now making their way to match point, and looking at the cusp, Sentinels 2 points away from being at match point after that previous game. Same thing has been said about FaZe, who has been so close since Storm Point forever ago. They're at 46 points as well, but this is a game that Complexity desperately needed, and they found this spot early on.
Complexity also getting things done with less wins, but when they win, they're winning bigger. FaZe with 2 wins on the day, still not on match point. It kind of tells the story of how they've decided to approach this. And Complexity with Luda, with Cody, with Monsoon, mechanical prowess and ability. The ability to win 1v1 fights, to take them as a trio and be better than the trio that they're fighting. That has always been something Complexity has had a kind of a shine on. They've been so good at that. Now they're putting the macro together, and this is just a nice recap of how they handle this final circle. Vicky, the charge rifle doing work from distance for Luda.
Still showing what a beast the charge rifle is from the distance without having to overcommit, and they had the opportunity right here after they got that first knock on the duel that TSM was playing from. They did clean up Sentinels in the same time, and they were able to secure that match point victory, but Complexity had the number advantage and the health advantage in their favor, taking not only the dub, but also 6 KP to their name, totaling them the 18 points that they needed to be sitting at match point. Exactly 50 points after that dub. TSM also right behind them.
Massive game from Sentinels as well. 13 kills. That is a solid performance. It almost feels like a win. I think this is bigger than some of the FaZe wins that we've seen.
TSM got 14
points. So 20 for Sentinels will lead the lobby in terms of moving up the ladder, which is what they certainly are hoping to do. Native Gaming, drug-free, XSET as well. It's been 4 games. They've been on match point 4 games. They have not been able to close out. Is that the story? Will they change it? Still got another chance in game 8. Let's take a look. I believe at the backside of
FaZe got nothing, so FaZe on
Dark Zero rounding that out. And I have to say, E8, although they kind of stormed into match point, been a little quiet since then, Vicky.
Yeah, struggling out here. They did find that fight versus Luminosity, who cleaned up the points, 7 KP, but the positioning and their rotations, unfortunately, were cut off by TSM there too, and by Knock by himself when he was hiding right behind the rocks there. So Luminosity being one of those squads that are on the cusp, right behind Complexity with 83 points.
It's going to be 6 people for match point.
It's scary, but it's great when they have another opportunity to shine for this next game. Seeing also CLG all the way at the bottom, it's that contention that we keep seeing. If it isn't happening in Harvester, it's traveling all around downtown to Thermal.
That's frustrating. It certainly is. I know if you're a CLG fan, you would have hoped it would be a little easier as well. I mean, when you're in the 18s, it's not looking like a good day so far. There's still time. 100 Thieves, Optic Gaming, Lanimals, Meat Lovers, they've all still got time, even Furia, but they've obviously gotten themselves in a good spot to head to LAN. As far as the 6 teams who could end it all in Game 8, it's XSET, NRG, Dark Zero, E8, TSM. Boy, that's a scary thought for a lot of teams in this lobby, and Complexity. I cannot wait to see what ends up happening. Guess what? We don't have to wait too much longer. Match 8 about to begin, and of course, let's send it over to Mark and Vicky to take us through it.
You ready, Vicky? Are you ready?
Always.
Give me an honest answer.
Always.
Honest
You already know.
You're ready. That's what I want to hear. All right, okay. Let's talk about this game then, because we've now got 6 teams on match point, and I got a funny feeling that it's not going to end here. I think we're going to have another game after this one. I think we're going to have a few more teams join in. I've got to be honest. I feel like we're going to be here for some time. The lobby cannot decide on what's going to happen at the moment, except, like you mentioned quite rightly, 3 games, they're probably thinking, hey, we're in a great position here. We're playing amazing Apex Legends. And before you know it, we're in match 8 already. They still haven't won it.
Yeah, it's like they dangled just the W right in front of us, and then they're like, you like sleep? Nah, you don't. You like more Apex. And you know what? I don't disagree. I know you're feeling the type of way after that, but if you guys could carry on the legend to that Game 9 victory, I guess you could say the deed has been done. The script has been written after what we witnessed already in EMEA, and NA has to try to contest that. But here we go. We have game number 8, and we still have those 6 teams is sitting at match point, all on the table here. And then what do you call it? It's the contest that we keep seeing from these 2 teams.
I'm not sure if this is a contest or a nightmare at this point. By the way, the triple take is doing work once again.
Whoa,
here. Nano might be caught off guard. Not enough damage being done, and CLG versus Native. At least we're back at Harvester this time around. We did have a little bit of a change of scenery in the previous game.
Mamba, you're dead, bruh.
They were looking like Mr. Worldwide. They literally chased each other all the way to the buildings in the outskirts of Thermal Station. It was crazy out here. And Native Gaming do have the number advantage. Elf looking a little scary here as Bullet is just going to be able to try to restabilize with high ground here. And it's the 50-50 that we keep seeing that is never going to end. Don't expect anything to change out here for either of these teams.
Oh my god.
The list is as...
It's just this one, right?
You let me know.
I think so.
Come back to this building. First we need to... Yeah, we go construction. We go fucking... Give me that ultra cell. Give me that...
Complexity both join that match point collective, we'll call them for now. Teams who could win if they win this next game. And if you're looking at that list, I mean, the amount of wins that have been picked up by those teams across the lobby, we probably are getting into the stage now where you can expect to at least find 1 or 2 of those teams in endgame.
I think the consistency is alive, especially on World's Edge, where more of these teams feel very comfortable here as we take a look at the side-by-side and where this circle is going to be pulling. Dark Zero, they're feasting. You talk about the teams sitting at match point that could take advantage of this. Look at this. They're going to be able to take care of the rest of Fragment like usual, as Lanimals are also making the rotation inside that circle, wasting no time.
2 of us. He was over here. I'm shooting him off. Come on.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'm shooting him off as well. You're okay. You're okay.
Oh my god, they almost said it.
We're okay. We're okay, guys. We made it for free. Let's go.
Yeah, chilling.
Things okay. We get a little bit of long. We get at least a little bit of a highlight play coming out of one of the players, but where that zone might end, it could be a bridge zone. It could pull a little bit towards market and maybe even a little bit further north in towards the backside of Fragment where Dark Zero is set up right now. But this is a zone where it becomes a little bit difficult to predict who's going to win, because Fragment zones, we see a lot of cohabitation. We see a lot of teams stacking up inside of buildings, and it's going to be one where, you know, it's not a clear area to hold down to put yourself in the best position for an end game. It's more who can navigate the traffic best.
Seeing that the contest keep going is like watching a little mini game, honestly. Just gathering my thoughts after CLG go down again. NRG now with the redeploy already making the rotation and landing on the other side of this train track. It looked like they were going to land right on top of them here, but they also picked up on the Valkyrie passive that there was another team that had the high ground right beside them, probably being
16
Dark
points.
Zero on the other side of Fragment West, as well as Lanimals, but it was Oxygen that they also picked up. So more squads now making their appearance, with Luminosity also making the rotation outside of Landslide. So they'll soon be joining the action.
I absolutely love watching Nathan play Apex Legends, by the way. I feel like my 2 favorite players to watch, just for like mechanics and like wild stuff that they do, is Nathan and Fun. They just seem like you could put them on any legend in the game, in any situation, and they would just be a joy to watch. There's something about the way they move, the way they just snap onto people. I love my controller players, but there's something special about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, energy.
I totally understand. It's actually how I've been feeling today about Zainu. He's just been on another level here today, too. Love watching these controller players. I also feel the type of way about that charge rifle. I know that's probably your favorite, but I feel like knowing you, that just fits your play style, doesn't it?
I don't know how to take that.
Watch a bit of TSM, see what's going on here. They're already in frag.
We have to just wrap right through the middle.
There's only one team playing like all of the big buildings.
We gotta just run by everybody. Hit the map from Epi.
Okay.
Nothing really.
Playing an edge comp, they might try to
nothing really happened at the start of the game.
Crafting.
Also are at match point currently. Chaotic has been having an amazing day so far, finding a team inside of this building over on the southern side in Thermal Station. A bit of a trek for this team to go eventually, but trying to cover their back end here as this Zeinful is going to be able to call out that flare with the alternator.
Maybe have to use the spikes to just reset for a second.
The alternator
is so good. Just
big
use the
nade.
extended mag, but look at that nade. Absolutely sends people into orbit. And E8 seems to come out on the better side of it for now. Should be able to finish this one off and do. Wildcard have been eliminated, but for a second that got a little bit hairy.
From madness.
I was a little scared. That grenade got yeeted behind him, set him into oblivion, but Kind of had it in the bag there too. Saw Design was able to climb right back up on top. Sentinels had a great last game. Trying to continue that forward here. They need to, especially since literally 2 points away from also sitting at match point. If we do see a game number 9, 18 squads left in this lobby, as they're going to be able to take that jump tower to reposition here. They don't have a Valkyrie here, so it's about getting to that next circle into a better position quickly.
Sentinel's kind of creeping up on match point as well, and you feel like their only way for qualification is to win this whole.
Team playing here, yeah.
These guys.
You guys standing in the open.
Why does it auto 360?
You can snipe that guy that I just pinged, Nate. Which guy? On top of construction, standing in the open. Okay, and of course the second. Okay.
Dropping my 2 syringes. I have 2 nades now.
Who is? Come on, it's far.
Okay.
Let me know if you want to watch anyone in particular.
By the way,
what is TSM doing to your chat?
I'm good.
I don't know.
You want to just wait here for zone, see where it goes, you keep moving.
Wait for zone, yes. Where did this team go north? Overlook. There's one's up here.
That way he calls to me.
So remember, Exit, Energy, Dark Zero, E8, TSM, Complexity. Any of these guys win, it is game, set, match.
They're shooting a team into survey right
and
now.
then the top 10 go, I think the top...
Sentinels is playing hard edge,
top
and they're
10
trying
or
to fight
top
teams,
5.
so they might just fight that team straight up.
Yeah,
you can throw that.
Go to the grand final.
They only need 2 points for match point, so they're looking for 2 points.
I'm 8-2. So fragment zone.
Wow.
I don't know where it pulls.
No one's fighting.
Do we just play the building?
Let's check that quadrant.
The chat has been hilarious today.
I think we... Where's that... Oh, no, Kraber. Someone took the Kraber.
The buildings south of us are open.
Someone was spamming before.
I think we look to go down because if we get pushed, we have triple blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get bang. We don't want to be up
They
here.
just took the building. We just took the building.
Okay, we're all 3 watching this, man. Like, we gotta be watching our spots.
Yep.
Gotta love
We're fighting over here.
boobies.
They fight, we might
I
want to
feel blessed that I
The Rampart
stumbled
team,
over
like,
titty.
yeah, they might fight.
Sis,
Yeah,
boobies,
definitely
makes
look
me
at their
smile. I want milky, soft, bouncy, boing boing, mummy milkers, tasty, jiggly,
running
cream
away.
puffs, honka honka, mama mummy,
Fuck, we need a map room, man. Are you sure? How many people are on the low ground, Jordan? Like, in the buildings?
You just left, I don't know.
Oh, we gotta watch out,
There's 2
boys.
people.
there?
He's not here, he's not close. He's not in this close building. I can't scan this.
Gotta watch DZ with.
I think they're just split holding. I really do.
What are the Aussies doing? Where are you, boys?
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
The team in broken now. Team broken.
Okay.
Okay, so they're the team down there, right? Okay.
Shooting a shield. Love it.
I hate shields so
I'm just rooting for Lanimals for a win.
Right here. In this guy.
12 points.
I don't know what the fuck.
Sun broken.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
Another team flying.
Another team flying 4345.
They've only got white. They got Lover and they only got white. What?
Remember the package timers. Don't forget them.
I know white.
That power slam to taken building.
Using Pathy for quick rotations.
I think. Never mind. That team
But
has
like,
left that building before.
they landed in zone. So Pathy's just useless. They've got zone, so.
Take the zips, guys. We need to be careful. Yeah, you need to watch the zips, Naughty. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
So right now, I have no armor and I'm trying to evoke one.
I'll watch this side zip then. I'm 7-1 on shield. 7-1. Okay?
Wildcard 81, Meat Lovers 80. It is like 1 point or 2 points separating all these teams at the moment on that qualification bubble. It is nuts. It could not be closer.
This is actually insane. Literally by a single to 2 points.
DZ's right here, bro. What's up, Rana? How are you doing?
3 nades, fucking 1 arc. 3 nades is on.
Watch DZ? You watch DZ, brother?
Can this guy fuck off? Like, I hate Rampart meta. Holy shit.
It's so unskillful, bro. I'm telling you.
It's so brain dead. They just
You just
sit
place
there
a
like
wall
they're
and then you
invincible.
sit there. Yep.
People can't just waste meds to ammo to peek you. It's just fucking bricked.
It's the dumbest fucking meta ever.
Rampart
They have
is
Mercy, yeah?
annoying.
Actually fucking bummed them. Valko?
You know, Valko, is it coming to the
That's TSM, I think.
Oh, fuck it, play it.
That's cold.
I know it's not.
There.
How you doing, bro?
Market. Designing probably.
Okay, you want to hold your building too?
No, it's not
Yeah,
TSM.
I'll-
TSM's down here. Let me know who you want to watch, bro. I'm rooting for Lanimals. I mean, obviously rooting for
to come to your building or
DZ.
hold this one?
The boys.
Not sure. I think trying for CS scan is good.
I don't know if you've been watching, but...
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
try.
shit.
I can just jump out
shit.
balcony.
So we got the standings there. Any of these teams ready to rock?
No one in this building.
Let us go there.
Game, set, and match. Not bad. How you been, stranger? Good, bro. Good. Cruising. Waiting for season 17. Played a bit of ranked yesterday, and we fried out. It was pretty good.
We might actually.
I'm just gonna watch this. I got physio later, so I can't. Otherwise, I'd be grinding ranked.
I'll just bring that one.
Kind of looks like a track one too, but.
Dude, I quit.
Running ranked this afternoon, but.
They're going train, I think.
I might, dude.
Oh shit.
Come get me. Come back, Zion. Give me back.
Maybe that's.
Come.
No, it's not TSM.
We can do it icicles to Rising Kills. What I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
So, but I'll get some ranked in tomorrow before
I'm here.
season 17 hit. I think I'm plat 1.
What do you need?
You have 3, right?
Yeah.
Couple of good games. I'll be diamond. That'll do me, and then we'll grind for masters next split.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go fuck myself, bro.
And with the weapons that they're also using, I do like the split positioning that we're seeing from E8, so that way Chaotic could be in a better spot. And it's actually Wander drug free off. They're forced away from this choke point, and they're giving the space over to.
TSM zone camping. Okay. Big for the win.
Suck deck.
But I am going. I'm rooting for land. I just like their comms.
So I have to cool down. Don't use any rules.
Fuck him up, Naughty. Fuck him up.
Listen, the people that can die, we need to be looking around right now and see where people are going to Valko from
and
where
lose.
people are going to die
Awesome.
from if they don't move.
Addition.
Valko.
I don't know if you saw before too.
You literally can't play this building.
Old Xenu clutched up and won.
Yeah, above me, I can hear him.
Game 5. As a duo. He's nuts, and he's a new player at a Duck Zero.
You don't want to in for that building. Because not even in zone.
Yep. Just looking for
Valko thing.
Okay, I'm gonna pick over.
Come out.
Yeah, I did.
That's TSM.
60,
Oh!
100 on him. 100 Valk.
Where's they landing?
Shit.
I don't know.
I can kill him.
I know. I'm not be able to get kills though.
Oh! Bios is 1.
Dead inside.
Oh no!
Crawl.
They're getting
I'm
sent.
just in case.
Walking out. Okay,
Walk that nade.
Oh! I don't want TSM to win. I want it to keep going.
Come to me. Are you safe?
I'm trying. No.
We're fine. We're fine. I'm safe here. We play slow. They can't kill us. We're fine.
I'm grabbing cells.
Alright, I'm coming to the fucking
farm, boys.
We just kill that right, you said?
Yeah, we just have to hold our right.
Alright. Do you have a
Guys, also we're waiting for new season 2. I've been so busy. Yeah, true, man. What have you been doing? Just working? Working hard, hardly working? What's been happening?
Give me your armor, dude.
I'm here.
Obviously, new characters coming out, ballistic. I don't know whether he'll be clutch. Who he's gonna be. Oh!
I'm fine.
Oh!
Popping a bad.
Wait.
What?
Insane.
Yeah, I know. Actually.
He's gonna be so annoying, man. Imagine pushing someone and then they freeze your weapons and you can't shoot for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, then hold that. This is the best spot we can be, Zero, because this side.
He'll come out, he'll be broken first, and then they'll have to do a patch and fix him.
Yeah, if we can hold him.
I don't know. I don't know if I should go for like.
Unless green runs at us.
I don't know.
It's gonna push him out right. I mean, all we have to do is care like someone wrap and park, kind of.
Yeah, this team might just ape the team.
Go for most kills at Pathy or like kill grind a character, or should I just smash ranked? I'm pretty keen for ranked. Gotten heaps better on M&K, really. Yeah, I swap schedule at work, doing my house project. Yeah, nice, bro. That's right. You're looking good now, brother. See how he plays. Yeah, wonder.
People really didn't mind their fucking business.
What's your scan me?
I've just been.
How did that miss?
Got my party place down again on M&K. I finally figured out my sense.
It's gonna pull back.
And it's feeling so good. And
Yeah, that guy's on Dex here. Every time I AFK for half a second, I get shot. Yeah, I mean, they're just staring at us. I'm not peeking them. I haven't peeked them at all. How many cells do you
I
have?
just don't know.
10. Huh? 10.
Party's
14.
Party's good for
14.
rank.
Yep,
That's
really good.
I like Bang, but I don't know. Maybe I should just switch up completely, go ballistic for ranked or something, or go even Rampart. I mean,
Come, Jen.
but,
Jen can give me 2.
well, they got no Rampart.
Use that rotational tool. This could be. I mean, meat lovers are a team here. But this could be a meat grinder if somebody comes through this
got a
ball right
Rampart. Xset's using Rampart.
But Native Gaming.
E8, I'm not sure about E8.
Some nice shots
Rampart
coming
is
in.
just for rank.
Just trying to press oxygen. We're gonna get
Pissing
dove on from the only
everybody
rotation
off.
approach that EA is gonna have to do, which is force their way inside of this train
I
cart
just-
on the edge of the circle. Still not safe enough. You hear the portal right beneath their feet here too. Meanwhile, Hal's in a lot of
look at
trouble.
that, yeah.
The fighting in the construction building is going down. TSM get eliminated, and so do Complexity. 12 squads left in this lobby. EA is still alive. NRG is still alive. Our 2 squads, and Dark Zero here too.
okay.
As EA now maybe meeting them right back in the lobby, and they
Land
are
just- yes.
right in front of Oxygen.
Animals
These
just
are all
got
our
a few.
match point teams falling one after another as well. Oxygen Esports looking to make a little bit of a run for it. Optic Gaming have eliminated, and FaZe might have got the points that they need now to
FaZe
hit
is-
match point. They've got some
yeah.
KP, and with the lobby starting to fall apart, the placement points will be there. But look at Dark Zero.
Dark Zero's chilling.
Fragment West was where they dropped here. Fragment West is where they...
I have to use my zip to get naughty to traps.
Okay. Gold knock, I'm getting that red.
Oh, this
I'm
is
also
a
getting 2
terrible
bats.
zone. I hate
I got
this.
2 bats, yeah. Here,
Zone.
purple here. Alright, what do you want me to do exactly? I have my
TSM
cross-
is gone, bro.
We need to start brainstorming. Not 100%.
Okay.
Listen, if they fight here, Lou, I think
Xset's still in? Xset's gone, no.
100%. They're going to look. Why are they looking that direction?
Yeah, don't
Like, they're
shoot at
about
them.
to fight. Yeah, I don't
right
think
here.
we
Want them to fight.
Fuck him up, Naughty. Fuck him up.
One shot's here. That's DC.
Nice. Okay, I'm looking at him. 32 red. One shot bang.
Idiot on one.
Oh, DC.
You just fucking made
No, it's not. It's not DC.
You
They're
two
always
guys,
wrong.
This team, they owe everything.
Yep.
Then one died.
died.
I don't need a bingo. I don't need a bingo.
I can probably do it now.
That's 100 Thieves.
100 on 2 again. Bro, I have the best fucking skydates in the game.
NRG still chilling.
No, they're dead. Ride is fighting. Ride is fighting.
They're gonna get smacked in the ass.
Close, I hear.
Lance just got another kill. Lanimals for the win, I reckon. I want Dark Zero to win, but Lanimals get 12 points. They're in for the win. And they could make it.
We need to kill this. Do you want me to cut? Do you want me to stop looking market?
Yes, Fox Market.
Okay, I'm dropping.
Bro, he's down to gas.
Dark Zero's in. Lanimals still in. Oh, no, Lanimals.
There might be a rat on the side of our building somewhere. In the middle, market, middle. Yeah, I'm just making space for Rampart. Just chill in the building. Chill in the building. You can play there. Go. No, keep in the wide. They're playing in the middle of the street right
I don't know who to watch.
Just taking space for Rampart. Just chill in the building. Chill in the building. You can play there. Go. No, keep in the wide. They're playing in the middle of the street right there. They're playing in the middle of the street.
I'm my low ball.
Okay.
They still me. I'm moving back.
Gil's gonna go down.
In here. I got
I'm resing him. I don't think they push. I'm eating that arc. I'll have walls after. Get away from the nade. Get away from the nade. I'm putting walls down. They might be pushing. I'm putting a lot of walls down.
Oh shit.
If you have it, I'm popping it back.
There's a Rampart.
50 on bang. No walls for a while. Break that.
Dark Zero.
They're getting shot this side. Lightly though, lightly. No, they're back in market. Just chill.
Coming back. Looting the low ball.
Okay, we need to go back up top. Can everybody go up top real quick? We gotta go up top.
Okay,
They're in market. Can you climb up on me, please, so we can late Valkyl? Please. Quickly.
NRG's going
climb
Valkyl.
here.
What?
Tell me when.
Back on me now. Go now. Crank it.
Oh, Lanimals. Better watch this.
Look out, Naughty. Stay in the corner.
Nice.
Lanimals. Nice. NRG's dead. NRG can't win. Dark Zero versus Animals.
Unfortunate circumstances for NRG.
Dark Zero won this.
Dark Zero are still alive here with 4 squads remaining. This could be it, Vicky. This could be it, everybody. Dark Zero have control of the high ground.
Imagine they Moby. No, they can't.
And they are uncontested in this corner right now. Lanimal staring at them from the across the fence line on the other side. Oxygen and the other corner for this final fight. Meanwhile, Phony is somehow still alive and unseen in between the trucks. That Zero's about to look at him right now from underneath the wall. But this is get Grifter. He has to reset.
Lanimal's eliminated as well. Dark Zero's job just got even easier. Oxygen stood across from them though. Phony's still alive, and does he know this is Dark Zero? If he does, then maybe he can still influence this lobby here for FaZe. He needs to do damage to them. If FaZe want a chance at winning the regional finals,
terrible spot for a Zero.
Then he needs to damage Dark Zero on this cross.
Animals is out. Unlucky, boys.
Well, let's see what Phony's going to be able to do here. Now that Dark Zero is going to be able to try to take this fight against Oxygen. Phony needs to time this amazingly right now. Oh,
Dark Zero wins it.
Sent down in 3rd place. 2 squads now left. Oxygen versus Dark Zero.
Dark Zero are going to
Dark Zero win.
Dark Zero are going to win it again. The match point specialist surely see this one out, and they do. The regional champions of North America. Zero.
Concluding it at 82 points. Even things out between themselves and Exit. What a show up from Dark Zero at the very end. The pressuring team, by the way, against NRG when they had nowhere to go. The Lobo said, and
I had 5 and you had 5. I had 20 kills. I got 20
Zainu!
What, bro?
Zainu, you're him!
Yep.
Let's fucking go. Good shit.
Bro.
I knew we were winning that shit from ring 1, bro. As soon as I saw
that
team.
Wait. I can't see the leaderboard. Is anyone on page?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, I can share screen. You want me to?
Optic got bottom 13. I think we got second. I think we got second overall. They got 13. They got 13th. I think we actually got. They got 13th place. I think
7
we got
points. So they're 113 and we're 114. Yeah.
We passed them. I think we're second overall.
Yeah, we're second overall.
Yeah, that was. We needed them to get 13th or lower, and they got 13th.
It's a top 5.
Someone screen share, please. I
am. Open.
We were. We beat Exit on the tiebreaker too, so we had most points.
You in
Let's fucking go!
Hey, boys!
Yes.
0.
The comeback.
Alright, hold up. Optic. They got 7.
Exit was in match point after game 3. They won 3 in a row.
We're 114. They're 113.
Yeah.
Right,
shit,
like,
boys.
buddy, you stole my
W.
character just to out-frag me. It's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Infiltrated me to out-frag me. Like, come on, dude. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, bro. That rat actually fucking is the goat.
Bro, I like 140 him, but he nearly killed me.
Yo, look, 0, your dog shit. Oh shit.
Zainu. I'll literally kick you right now. Like,
yeah, I'm down. Go down, you lovers.
I think Funk would have dropped 21 though.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I think Rambo would have dropped 25 to be honest.
My hands hurt, bro. I just started clapping.
Yeah, market overbroken every fucking day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jen, you have to interview.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You have to do it. We already
Bro, I don't feel like it. Let Zero do it. It's the IGL. I played like shit.
I don't have a cam.
I give you here.
No. You're the one they put on. You're doing it, buddy.
Dude, I don't want to do it, man.
Bro, I'm not doing the interview. Yeah, make Jen do it.
Bro, I don't want to talk.
Jen doesn't want to do it.
Alright, Zainu, you're up, buddy. You got a
I
face
don't
cam?
have a cam either, bro. Nope.
What?
Will you do all 3 of us?
I don't want to do it, man. Like, what am I doing?
Jen doesn't want to do it. I've already done it. It's not.
Just do it again.
I said get Sharky to do it.
The people want to see the fucking god.
Just do it, Jen.
Hey, good job, dude. Nice. Solid first play day.
Like actual play day, not scrims where we get 18th and match point.
Like people, they want.
We came second, third, 19th.
Yep.
What if you and Zero about to? Huh?
These Prowler beams.
Oh my god, my hands hurt.
Should Zainu do it? Zainu, you want to do
A
it?
Prowler, like,
I don't have a cam.
he just, every time he shot, he got 70.
Bro.
I got PP. Hostic did it. I saw it last week. So
Bro, I already did it, and the people want to see the players. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm dying.
60, 72. He's jumped up top.
They let the other teams cannibalize each other, and they show up for the dub. That is what has gotten them here, and it's also maybe set the table for what we're going to be seeing at LAN, certainly from North America. But just your reaction to our final top 10 here in our final game before we get our final standings.
I mean, perfectly played by Dark Zero in that end game as well. They're also going to say thank you to Phony, because I think he got a knock onto one of Oxygen as a solo. So just crazy stuff to see. Made Dark Zero's job even easier in those final moments. But FaZe, I mean, they crossed match point. Doesn't matter at this point. They didn't even get to play and have a chance to become the champion. But enough points on the board, certainly, to just be good for them to qualify. Lanimals with a big game as well. I tell you what, I kind of looking through here and I see points for Lanimals. They're on the cusp. Glitch were on the cusp.
Yeah,
everyone was on the cusp.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna miss out. It's. I tell you what, it's a sweet moment.
I mean, these are teams that
you know
love. They've got 50 players who have battled to just get to this point. It's not easy to make it through a split. It's not easy to get into the split. Just ask everyone in the challenger circuit trying to head through the LCQ and just trying to get and stay into the Pro League. The 10 teams that weren't even in this regional final that participated in the Pro League. None of this goes without saying that this is a very hard thing to accomplish, and whether they got the job done should not be a measure of whether they are quality and should be back and representing our league. We certainly know everyone here can get the job done, but it is a matter of who got the job done. These are your series results here for today. XSET, obviously number one in terms of points. Dark Zero as well, 82 because of the win. They'll take that spot, guys. How are we feeling about this? Luminosity jumps into 10. Complex. Did they do enough, you think, these teams that you've been thinking about on the bubble?
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's going to be two teams who are going to miss out on 2 points of getting to LAN. Wow. It is going to be heartbreak, just as it was in the EMEA region. And there's going to be 2 teams who scrape through on 10th and 11th, just 2 points ahead. And yeah, I'll wait until we get the admin's totals and we guarantee it. But what a day. Just incredible action. Both regions that we've covered, how close it's been. That in fact we went to match 8 and match 9 across the 2. Dark Zero back to Dark Zero things by making sure that they win on match point. But still XSET technically in first with their points totals as well.
Unbelievable stuff. Well, you teased us very well, Dan. Now we've got to see what's up. Who is going to LAN in North America? It's XSET, Dark Zero, and you can see Glitch Energy, 100 Thieves, Complexity, NRG, they make it in. FaZe as well with TSM, Furia, Optic, and Dark Zero. But there are a lot of teams, as you mentioned, Dan, who we thought today might have had a move, but they did not. One more team, though, will find that 11th place thanks to
Luminosity
TSM winning our previous LAN, and it is Luminosity. Oh my goodness!
LG just
I was curious about it. One of my teams that I knew had so much to give, but Mark, for wildcard, Meat Lovers, Lanimals specifically, just 3 points separating them from a spot at the big show.
Dang.
Just 3 points. But I think if you looked across the performances in general from the season, you would say deserve it most.
Yeah.
I think the Meat Lovers probably feel the hardest done by because they were inside of that top 10, top 11 for so long. But you got to be consistent. Losing Zainu as well, it's got to hurt even more, right? You know, it's tough for them for sure. It's been a real breakout season for them initially, but well, when it's all said and done, they won't be joining us in London. But I think that top 11 is about right. I think everyone who's there deserves to be there. It's no Cinderella story, unfortunately, for someone coming through. But I mean, I just want to quickly just touch on Dark Zero again. I mean, imagine being Zainu right now. You get a DM last week saying, hey, want to win a regional championship? And he's like, yeah, cool. All right. I like that idea.
I like that. My goodness, what a moment. And it has set us up for an even better one upcoming in a little bit here. Let's take a look at the qualified teams who will be attending our Split 2 playoffs. We've got it set up here.
Split 2 playoffs, qualified teams. Dang. Send crazy raccoon and then nuts.
There were teams on this list that thought they weren't going to make it. There was a world where NRG weren't going to be at LAN, where TSM maybe weren't going to be at LAN, where TSM maybe weren't going to be at LAN as well. Throughout EMEA, there were teams who had to really fight tooth and nail to get the likes of 2R1C had an amazing performance to ensure that they got through. Eternal making sure they were there. Aurora gonna be at LAN. Fire Beaver's gonna be at LAN. The two teams who couldn't make it last time will now get the chance to right those wrongs and be there to compete. And then you look across APAC North, APAC South, we've got the teams that we knew were gonna be there, right? Fnatic, Fun, Moist, Onyx, the guys that have been performing across those regions for so long. I cannot wait to see all of these teams live in London going at it against one another. It's going to be incredible.
Well, talking about these teams performing, let's see who performed individually over the course of this split 2. And look at that, right on cue. Zainu leads the league in kills, surpasses Nocturnal, and surpasses his teammate now, Zero, who up until right now has been playing against him. What a moment it is, not just for Dark Zero and that pair, but also Mark for Nocturnal.
His lead kill scorer in last AOGs, I
coming
think.
here, probably playing the most consistent Apex. I still think so, but we know that when it comes to match point, there's just a class above. That class includes pretty much Dark Zero.
Yeah, it's very, very true. And I think there's still some maybe questions to be answered here for Xset as well. You know, they got into that position. Did the pressure get to them a little bit? Knowing that they'd thrown away a couple of opportunities to close things out? Was it just the zones not going their way? Was it just everyone else playing some insane Apex Legends? But when it's all said and done, Dark Zero certainly on top. And I mean, you're looking at Zainu. What a season. What a split. I mean, the guy comes from being a rank grinder, joins Meat Lovers, gets picked up, Tex puts some faith in him. He gets an offer he can't refuse just before the season ends. He takes the dive. It's still a big risk.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
Works.
I got shit to do, people to see.
To get stronger and stronger, and I need to give a shout out to Zero as
Appreciate
well. He's crazy good, man. I'm not just talking about his IGLing in game. Mechanically, the guy is nuts.
I mean, I feel like what Dark Zero did is what I do
in sports management and stuff, but I might be back on later on tonight.
Our team right now.
But I'll definitely be on tomorrow.
That's what I do. I find who's ever scored the most soccer goals, and I put them on my sports management team. But you know, you've got to give your
peace and love, everybody.
Make sure
yeah.
Make sure he's at the top for a reason, and what a feeling it must be.
GGs.